All right. Yep.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. What's
What
up?
why does your audio sound different?
Sounds different?
Like you sound like I don't know how to describe it. I guess you don't sound more clearer. You sound, I guess, kind of like you're in a cave or something.
Let me see if my settings got changed on Discord. Hold on. Yep, that's what happened.
Yeah. Shit.
Hello?
I'm here.
It's still, I'm trying to change it over right now, and it's not letting me try it again. Oh, because I used the wrong one. That's one.
Hello?
Oh, you sound better.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Discord just changed settings on me, so.
Yeah, it's Discord for you. What are you up to? How's your day?
Nothing. Not much. Not much.
Yeah.
Just got home from work, ate some food, now ready to podcast.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was a typical Wednesday. Can't complain. Yeah, can't really think of anything too exciting that happened at work.
No, not really. Not on a Wednesday, at least.
Yeah, it was just pretty chill. It's been pretty chill for the past week. We got about 2 more days, and then today was payday.
Oh,
and
nice.
And all that's going away like that.
Yeah. No, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I got tomorrow. I got to pay rent for the shop, and to pay a couple other bills. But yeah. This is my least favorite time of the month.
Oh yeah. I mean, at least we got a raise, kind of.
Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah. Oh yeah, you were telling me about that last time. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 2% raise.
Well,
So
it's something.
got like $97 more, which I mean made a little bit of a difference. I can't complain, but it's one of those things of like, it would have been nice to get paid more the way we were supposed to get paid. But what can we do?
Right.
Hey, as long as I'm able to pay my bills and do this, I can't complain.
Absolutely.
But we got a few people coming in. I see Maurice. I see Lightning. What's up, guys? And hopefully more people trickle in. But we got a show tonight. We got a packed show with some news, mainly reviews from this past weekend. Also some show reviews. And as far as news goes, really nothing too major. I mean, I know something just happened on Dynamite. I'm pretty sure everyone already knows, but I guess that's kind of like a nothing burger because we kind of already figured that would happen. But we can talk about.
Yeah, we don't really have to go into depth or even talk about it at all.
But it's already 8, so let's start the show in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? It's Wednesday, 8:01 p.m. Damn it, 8:01 p.m. Central Time. Here in San Antonio. It's Wednesday, and you already know what that means, guys. And welcome to the show. I am Drew, the host, and with me, as always,
Justin from Spinebuster Tees and SpinebusterTees.com, and also live on YouTube as well.
I was gonna ask you something. So, I mean, you know how to record, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
I know how to record, live stream, all that.
All right. So just checking, just in case that last time whenever the internet went down for me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only way to get like the audio is if you just rip it from my live stream directly, because it obviously records automatically on YouTube. But I don't record and stream at the same time. I just stream it, but because it basically saves as a recording on YouTube. So yeah,
I got you. But I guess if we ever have time, I can show you how to install Spreaker Studio just in case there's ever an instance where there's a tech part on my end or I'm not able to make it. So if we ever have time, I can just show you how to install it. You can just
for sure.
share your screen. It's pretty simple. It doesn't cost much. But yeah, we got a nice show tonight. As far as news goes, there's really no news. I mean, I guess there's one thing that just happened, but it's kind of a nothing burger. We don't really need to get into it that much.
I mean, I got several news stories here from WWE. So,
oh well, you came.
I mean, it's just like it's not really like anything to do with like the main roster or anything like that, or NXT. Is just like podcast. How should I say? Like podcast quotes and things of that nature. So,
correct. But yeah, we can definitely talk about that, and of course, show reviews and pay-per-view reviews. But CM Punk was just announced for Collision, which is June 17th, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be in the United Center in Chicago, which is the same center or same place where Punk made his return to wrestling back in 2021. Kind of figured that was going to happen. It was just always one of those things of, with the whole Punk situation, it's like, is he or isn't he? Will he or won't he? Because all we kept hearing is, Punk isn't going to really return. The show's not really going to be in Chicago, and then it ends up being in Chicago. And, certain people are going to be on the show that don't, like the Elite or blah, blah, blah. But now he's back on. What's going to happen? We just have to find out on June 17th. That's going to be on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I wonder. Yeah, Saturday. I wonder if we're doing any shows that day. Let me check.
I think we are. Yeah.
Oh no, that's on the 10th. We're doing a Q&A on the 10th. So, yeah, that day we don't have anything lined up. But that should be. That should be a big show. Obviously, with the return of a very polarizing figure in one Mr. CM Punk, but. We'll just have to find out. We'll have to wait and see. But overall, what are your thoughts on Punk returning?
No thoughts. I said what I said over the last couple of weeks. There's no. What do I need to say that that's going to be different? If you haven't heard my thoughts or Drew's thoughts, go listen to the last several weeks shows. Actually, just listen to the week where Collision was announced, but. Outside of that, that there's really nothing I can add. This doesn't change on my opinion on anything or what I said previously. So, there you go.
Right. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a nothing burger. And like Justin just said, if you really want our thoughts, there's at least a week's or month's worth of shows talking about this shit. So, the past, 2 months? 2.5 months.
Well, at least majorly that's important the last couple weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that. As far as news, I have a few. I only have 2 news tidbits. One is, I'll talk about one. It's good news. Actually, it's not really good news. I thought I had it. Oh, actually, I do have it. So. Congratulations to Alexa Bliss and her husband Ryan Cabrera. Mm-hmm. She's having a baby, so Alexa's going to be a mommy. So good for her. So it's her and Carmella. All right, actually, Carmella news. Carmella just announced that her child with Corey Graves will be a boy. So good on them. Good news, people. No bad news. Braun Strowman.
They also take Conti is pregnant too as well. So,
yep.
So there you go. So, three pregnancies going on in the world of wrestling. 3 major ones. I'm pretty sure there's more out there, but we don't. Not say that we don't care about the indie talent. It's just that it's just not. It's not important for us to bring up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fair enough. Braun Strowman reportedly out with an injury.
Yep.
According to PW Insider, the former Universal Champion has been sidelined with the undisclosed injury that the Monster of all monsters may need surgery to address. As a result, Strowman is expected to be out of action for the foreseeable future. Strowman sustained a concussion in late April after a tag match with the Viking Raiders but he was ultimately cleared to return to the ring a week later. Luckily, there has been no indication that this current ailment is connected to that one. It's funny because I was wondering the same thing while I was watching Raw. I'm like, wait, where has Braun been? Because he isn't supposed to be on Raw with Ricochet, but now we know. Have you heard anything about maybe what it is that he's out with?
No, I could just speculate. Excuse me. Actually, last night I was on Instagram and I was looking through Instagram stories, and Braun Strowman, he was on Instagram grilling some tomahawk steaks. Look fucking great. Him and Baron Corbin, they're two great grillers from what I see. But anyway, he was standing on his feet. It looked like, I can't really pinpoint what the injury is because, like, if he's staying up, moving around in his house, then, I doubt there's anything lower for him to be walking around if he needs surgery on it, right? I'm assuming it may be possibly abdominal, not abdominal, but like upper body, perhaps. But again, that's just me speculating off of a fucking Instagram story, so I have no idea exactly what it could be. So I haven't really heard anything on what it is. So, but at least it looked like he was in good spirits, though. It didn't look like he was like down on himself or anything like that, which is good. So,
yeah, here's to a quick recovery for Braun, who, to his credit, I mean, not the biggest fan, of his personal opinions, but to his credit, when he came back, he was actually getting a reaction. Like, the guy was actually over. So, here's to a quick recovery for Braun. Another piece of news, I would hardly call this news, but it was just kind of funny. So, Pat McAfee comments on the empty seats at Double or Nothing. So, if anyone was watching the show, which we'll get to Double or Nothing pretty soon, but if anyone was watching the show on Sunday, there was a photo taken at the show from somebody at the show, and there was one half of the arena that looked damn near empty. And I shared the picture in there. I believe Justin might have shared it before me, or maybe we both shared it at the same time. I'm not sure, but
I don't think I shared it, but
okay,
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember sharing anything.
Right, but we did talk about it in the chat room. So. Pat McAfee commented on the show. He said, anytime you get a shot away from hard cam, you know what I mean? You can really see a lot of things. AEW found out this weekend or whatever at one of their events, it's like 3/4 of an arena completely empty. They don't want the photo out there anywhere. And this coincides with a story that I should have brought up. So let me just go back to Twitter real quick. Lightning is saying Brian Alvarez shared it. Is that what you mean, Lightning? That Brian Alvarez?
Yeah, Brian Alvarez shared the photo, yeah.
Okay, so let me just pull up the link. Says WWE's Pat McAfee makes false claim about fan attendance at Double or Nothing. Okay. False claim. Let's see. Well, there's really nothing to it. It's just telling me the same thing I just said. So, he's saying it's a false claim, but yet... I mean, is the false claim that the photo was maybe taken at another show, or was that literally the same event?
That was the same event. I don't know. It's because to me, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. But I guess I don't know if it was because fans were coming in late. I don't know. Like in the NBA, like Miami and Los Angeles, like you see like the crowd empty when the game starts. You know what I mean? Until later on in the game, the crowd actually gets there. I don't know if it's the same for Vegas. I don't know, but regardless, though, that doesn't look good. Regardless, it's not a good look. It's not.
Hey, keep talking. There's a dog outside of my lawn. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Well, it's not a good look for AEW. So yeah, don't really have much to add to it. It is what it is. On Pat McAfee, I'm just more happy that Pat McAfee is using wrestling lingo in his everyday speech on his podcast. That's why I popped for. I popped for that right there. So, but crowd looked empty there, but again, could be due to a delay in attendance, right? People getting there, you know what I mean? But at the same time as well, still doesn't look good. Still doesn't look good for AEW in that aspect. So, but yeah, I like that. Pat McAfee just kind of brought that up. A little. Doing his little joke or whatnot, you know what I mean? Poking fun at AEW. So, there's that there. So, everyone in the chat here, if you can give AEW, we'll just do this. What was the best pay-per-view of the weekend? If you want to include Impact, go for it, because Impact was something else. So if you've seen Impact included, what was the best pay-per-view of the weekend? What was the worst pay-per-view of the weekend? Let's put that in the chat there, and I'll read some of your guys' comments here and see what we got. But AEW Dynamite is on right now on TBS. So that's cool.
All right, I'm back.
All right, here.
Yeah, I again, another kind of nothing burger where it's like, okay, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe it was just people were just trickling in late, but it was literally the beginning of the show, so you would expect the people to be in there already. But I don't know. That's just, again, it's not really speculation. It's one of those things of it is what it is. Just you can't really do much about it. You can just have fun with it, I guess. But that's really all the news I have. What's all the news you have?
First and foremost here, this is just a mention on the podcast here from Bret Hart. Talks about Rey Mysterio. This is from the Johnny I Pro show, and Bret Hart said this: Rey Mysterio is maybe one of the greatest. Maybe one of the greatest. I wish I could have had one match with Rey Mysterio just to be in the ring with him. He's one of my favorites and is always a class act. Very few wrestlers have the respect that I have for Rey Mysterio. Again, that's from Bret Hart from the Johnny I Pro show. Would you want to see a Bret Hart Rey Mysterio match, or would that been like a match that you may want to see in some fashion?
It was funny because I like doing like stuff like that, like fantasy booking. It's kind of fun. It's weird because a lot of people kind of like poo-poo on it, and I guess I kind of understand why. But sometimes it kind of comes off as kind of like a little pretentious how they look at it, where it's like, oh well, fantasy booking is like we're fans. Like who gives a fuck? I fantasy book all the time. I even write fan fiction. So
that's even why is it okay to people to fantasy write for like Star Wars or Marvel or DC, but it's not okay for wrestling? Like, come on.
Well, no, like fantasy writing in general is kind of like poo-pooed on. Yes, I agree, but there's people out there who does do that as well, right,
for like other medias, but it is not, at least from my experience, is not as frowned upon as it is to wrestling, in my opinion. That's from what I've seen. So,
yeah, probably, yeah, true. But yeah, as far as like a young Rey Mysterio in his prime versus Bret in his prime would have been awesome. Like in WCW when you had Bret there.
Yeah, 98, 99 would have been the best time frame to get that done.
Because I know Bret talked about they paid him a lot, but they never had anything for him to do. Like he would even like vouch for like, hey, let me wrestle, one of the cruiserweights. Let me wrestle Benoit.
You wrestle El Dandy.
Who are you to deny El Dandy? It's just like you have Bret Hart there. Why would you not want him to offer your services? Like if he's offering, hey, let me work Rey Mysterio, let me work Eddie Guerrero, let me work Chris Jericho. Those would have been like really fucking good matches. And someone like Bret would have allowed them to just do whatever they want. He's like, I can picture Bret working with a Ray and be like, hey, do what you want. Like, I'm still winning the match, but do whatever you want. Get your shit in.
Yeah.
Or yeah, that would have been fucking cool. So, but sadly, we'll never know. But since we're on the topic of fantasy booking, so like, what's a match you've always like fantasy booked in your head?
A M Prime Macho Man versus Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
I would have loved to see that. Obviously the obvious ones like Kurt Angle versus Bret Hart, Kurt Angle versus Bryan Danielson, Bret versus Bryan Danielson. But another one too as well that I think would have been good would have been Hiroshi Tanahashi versus John Cena. You know what I mean? The basically the two faces of an organization, and like the Superman of their organizations. I would have loved to see that match there. I would have loved to see a CM Punk versus a Jake the Snake Roberts. And in their prime, cutting promos back and forth on each other. You know what I mean? Stone Cold versus CM Punk as well. That's another one. So there's been a lot of matches that that I probably would want to see. A in prime Rey Mysterio versus Ricochet. That would have been pretty damn good to see. You know what I mean? There's a lot. There's a lot out there. There's a lot out there. FTR versus the Midnight Express. Jim Cornette wouldn't know what to do with himself in that match. So, but a lot of potential matches out there that you can book for sure.
Lightning saying the Rockers versus London and Kendrick. That would be fucking dope. I love that. You can do 2003 Hollywood Rock versus 03 Rey Mysterio. That'd be fucking fun. Let's see, Kurt Angle versus CM Punk. The Rock versus Shawn Michaels. We never got that, unfortunately. That would have been nice. Or some other ones. I mean, it'd be kind of weird. It'd be kind of like passe to say Undertaker versus Sting, because it's like, one has to lose, one has to win.
I mean, one has to lose, one has to win on all these matches. Well,
I mean, that's kind of like the narrative with that match, is that the reason why we never got it is because one has to lose, one has to win, and it's like, well, duh, that's wrestling, but.
But they did Triple H versus Sting, and Sting lost anyway at 31.
I know Taker just talked about it, where he said originally I think they wanted to have Sting and Taker at Mania that year, but Taker turned it down, and his response was he didn't want to disappoint the fans, because at that point, those two guys are already like way past their prime.
Right. Yeah.
We could have gotten it, earlier in 2011, but Sting got cold feet and he signed back with TNA. So it's just, it's one of those things that we just have to kind of like think about it instead of, I had B-Show Brian from Breaking the Apocalypse, shout out to B-Show, where he used to have a fantasy booking show, and we were rebooking the Alliance era,
right?
And the idea I came up with for ECW was ECW is kind of like the redheaded stepchild, where like the focus is on the two big companies, and then ECW just kind of comes in and be like, motherfuckers, who we are? And I like, imagine this, like I booked it to where like ECW shows up at OVW, at an OVW taping, and just starts beating the shit out of everybody. Like, just imagine a Mike Awesome with his boot around Brock Lesnar's throat. Mm-hmm. Imagine, RVD and Sabu, beating up John Cena. Right. And then the ring, you have like Shelton Benjamin and Randy Orton. And then, ECW guys just come out and beat the fuck out of him, and you just see Paul Heyman stay in the ring just antagonizing Jim Cornette while Jim Cornette's on commentary. And, like, like they have a big show, kind of like One Night Stand, but it's not called One Night Stand, or you can call it something else. But Mick Foley comes out and he just main events the show with Tommy Dreamer, and then Paul Heyman just comes out with tears in his eyes and hugs Mick Foley and just says, this is going to hurt me a lot more than it hurts you. And out comes New Jack, and Heyman just low blows Mick Foley, and New Jack beats the fuck out of him, and then they have like their all out death match at the next ECW show. So, and when I said it to B Show was like, shit, they're gonna kill each other.
It sounds about right.
But yeah, that's just a part of it. If you guys are interested in that show, I'll drop a link on the chat as soon as I can find it, because we recorded such a long time ago. But when I find it, I'll leave it in the chat. So, but yeah. What's next with your news?
From Logan Paul on Impulsive, he says, "I am so hungry to get back in there, WWE. Dude, I am so hungry to get back in there. I just got cable here in Puerto Rico. I've been watching Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown." That was Logan Paul from his Impulsive podcast. Yeah. So it shows that he shows that he really loves what he's doing. I mean, he doesn't have to bring that up on his podcast, but him just to bring it up randomly, that means he's saying that he's been watching Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown shows that he's, he's genuine about being a pro wrestler. You know what I mean? Even though he doesn't wrestle every week, but he loves what he does. Me with that there, has me thinking that he may be back sooner rather than later. Logan Paul and Money in the Bank, maybe. I don't know, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that to see if that's a possibility. But any thoughts about that there on Logan Paul's comments?
Yeah, I mean, just the guy's committed. He's not just treating this like another business. I mean, yeah, it's a business venture, but he's treating it like it's serious to him, and it's not just another paycheck. So
right.
I like Logan Paul. I mean, Logan Paul and Bad Bunny are two of the the best celebrities that WWE's ever had. Logan Paul, I think, is the better wrestler. Not to say that Bunny can't wrestle, but just Paul is clearly the better wrestler because he's got that athletic background. So,
right.
I can't wait to see him back because I like what he does. I like what he does in the ring. I like what he does in the ring. He needs to work on his mic skills a little bit because sometimes he'll talk and he'll kind of stammer over his words. But other than that, like he's really fucking good. What else can I say? Like he's a guy I wanted to hate. Like when he had that match at Mania for the first time, I wanted to shit all over it. And then I just saw what he did. I'm like, fuck, he's really good. So I mean, I tell it to everybody because my wife hates him. My sister-in-law hates him, and then they just said what I said, like, I hate him, but he's really good, actually. I'm like, well, despite what you think about him personally, like, he's very good in the ring. You can't deny that. So, can't wait to see what he does. It shows up at Money in the Bank. That'd be interesting. I mean, it'd be kind of fucked up if he wins Money in the Bank.
I wouldn't have him win Money in the Bank, but just have him in there, to give a little bit more star power, and I think he'll do some good stuff in the match. But he doesn't need to win it. He doesn't have to win it at all.
Yeah, but it'd be one of those things of like I wouldn't be surprised if WWE says we're gonna give them the.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised at all, especially with what the fuck's going on with Vinnie Mac. So you don't question anything out.
But and then SummerSlam's right around the corner, and the talk, since even before Mania was that it might even be Logan versus Cena, but we're about a month away. So if they really want to build up towards Cena and Logan, they probably would have done it already. But then again, what do I know?
Oh yeah. SummerSlam's not for another 2.5 months. So
when is it? It's at the end of July, right?
Oh well, August maybe. Let's see. You may be right, but with the July thing, because I think they did move it back to July, like late July. SummerSlam 2023 is August 5th.
Okay, I thought it was in July. All right, August 5th. That's good. I prefer SummerSlam in August. It just makes more sense. It's
Yeah,
the
and knowing WWE, they probably build it up with like 3 weeks left, and for us to fucking care about it. So
yeah, that's kind of sounds about right. But hey, good on Maurice. You got tickets for 2 weeks after SummerSlam. Awesome.
hell yeah, man. Yeah, enjoy that show, man.
And then the next NXT show is going to be in Cedar Park, Texas.
Yep.
So are you going to try? You going to try and go?
Nope, I'm working.
Oh boy, I'm going to try to go, depending on how much the tickets are. Which I can't imagine they'll be that much, but we'll try to go. That'd be pretty fun to go to. Last
it's
NXT,
Cedar Park, it's the same arena where AEW holds their shows at. So, for at least from what I heard, I mean, I don't think the tickets are that much, but it is WWE versus another company too. So
it'd be pretty fun. I've been doing an NXT show since Takeover 2017 at the Freeman Coliseum. That was the night before, not Mania, but Rumble.
Yeah,
and that was a pretty fun show. But I'd like to go because I mean, I obviously watched the NXT show over the weekend. I watched NXT last night. Anyone that signed up to the Patreon, I just started doing show reviews. I did a show review for Raw and I did a show review for NXT individually. And they're like very short shows. They're like 30-minute shows or less. And it's just basically me just covering Raw and SmackDown and NXT. Yeah, it's just me having something to talk about, and anyone that's a Patreon subscriber, they're getting more content. So I'm gonna start doing that a lot more. I might even do an Impact review if I'm able to watch Impact, but we'll see. Got anything else?
A few more things here. So there have been talk internally in WWE of late about Richard Holiday because of the story of him being cancer. And also Tama Tonga, who's there has been talks about for some time. So basically, for these guys to bring on in to WWE. So since the news of WWE's sale to UFC's parent company Endeavor became official in early April, multiple reports have stated that the company are currently in midst of a hiring freeze, putting meeting plan signings on ice. Notably including the likes of Jay White, who ultimately ended up signing up for AEW. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter has now provided an update on 2 possible signings that those within WWE are discussing internally. First, noting that Richard Holiday's inspiring story of being cancer has made him an attractive prospect before once again confirming WWE's interest in bringing in former never openweight champion Tama Tonga into the company. Meltzer stated, I don't know if they will be signed, but there has been talk internally in WWE of about a Richard Holiday because of the story of his being cancer, and then Tama Tonga, who's there has been talk about some time. So, yeah, I don't know how much I want to believe this. I would love to see Tama Tonga. I would love to see Richard Holiday. Holiday is a very young prospect from in MLW. He's not very young. He's 30. But, that's young in wrestling years. And Tama Tonga, you bring him in, he instantly has a storyline with either Finn Balor, you know what I mean? Because Finn Balor was the one who originally, brought him into the original, I think the original 4 members of Bullet Club, him, Carl Anderson, Prince Devitt, Finn Balor, and Balak Fale. And then you also have, Tama Tonga and AJ Styles. Obviously, the most known iteration of Bullet Club when AJ Styles was the leader with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and, just everyone else that was in there. So, yeah, so I can see Tama Tonga, I mean, I can see Tama Tonga coming in because, he's not really doing much in AEW, in New Japan right now. He's not in Bullet Club no more. He's just there, you know what I mean? And in Richard Holiday, he's a promising young upside. I mean, I know you don't know much about these two here, but the main point is that I don't know if it's gonna happen because of they're doing budget cuts. You can't. I don't know if they're gonna bring in new guys if you're doing budget cuts, and supposedly there's supposed to be like a budget cuts of some talents over the next few weeks that may be coming up. So, as much as I want to believe it, I don't know how real this is.
Right. I mean, I know the names. I probably know a little bit more about Tama Tonga than Holiday. I know who Holiday is. I know he's in MLW. He was in the group with MJF and
right.
Who's the other guy?
It was I forget, man.
Big dude.
I know it was MJF, Richard Holiday, and shit, man, I forget, man.
Looks like a mini Hulk.
I know it's called the Dynasty, but
Chad, help us out.
Hammerstone.
Hammerstone. There you go. But
yeah, the most over the fucking Hammerstone. Yeah,
a guy who is destined to go to WWE. Like the guy even has a WWE name. Like, come on. Yeah. But Holiday. I mean, I'm familiar with the story. Not too familiar, but I'm familiar enough. And I mean, I've never seen him wrestle, so I can't really speak on it. But hey, I mean, if they're gonna hire some talent, good. Let's see what they're worth. Tonga, like you just said, he has two avenues to go through. He can either work with AJ. He
doesn't need to go to. He that's one guy you don't put on NXT,
right?
Because he already has history, and I don't think like regular casual fans know him, but like regular internet casual fans know him to be in Bullet Club and know him to be a part of. If he's attached to Bullet Club, and if they can put on TV, oh, Finn Balor knows him, AJ Styles knows him. That's all he needs right there.
What's Jacob Fatu's contract status, if anyone knows?
I have no idea.
Because I know Fatu's very... I mean, not that this means anything, but like he's very vocal on social media about the Usos, about Roman, Triple H, so...
I mean, I know. The main reason why he wasn't brought into WWE in the first place is because of his criminal past.
Do you think that's something that WWE, at this moment, can kind of like negate, especially since like Roman is the guy over there? Like, do you think Roman could have that kind of pull to say, "Hey, bring this guy in"?
Absolutely, he can. But I mean, I'm not too sure if he is gonna make that pull or not. You know what I mean?
At this point, let's say scenario, Fatu and Hammerstone's contract expires like tomorrow. Let's just scenario, and they're much better in WWE, and not because I'm a WWE fanboy or anything, but it's just if they go to AEW, they're gonna get lost in the shuffle, and they're not gonna know what to do with them. I mean, maybe another avenue is Impact, but it's like I know I've been saying nice things about Impact, but let's just be real. They're going to go to WWE. I think Hammerstone would want to go to WWE.
I think Fatu would be definitely WWE bound first because of the whole bloodline. I can see Hammerstone going to Impact. Not that I will love it, but I'm just saying that I think he may want to try Impact because not too many people know Hammerstone. And also top of that as well, I mean, if he goes to WWE, he may go to... He's definitely going to go to NXT first. There's, like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like,
which wouldn't be too bad.
It won't be too bad, but I'm just saying, like, he's about to be, I think, 33, or I think he is 33 already or something like that, or he's 32, whatever. It's like, but I don't know.
Yeah, I get you. And another thing that kind of comes into play, I don't know if you'll kind of maybe agree with this, but, like, Holiday was in the group with MJF. Do you think? And I'm not saying that would be like a bargaining chip, but that could be like a thing of like a way to kind of get MJF into WWE. Like his one of his good friends is there, and not just Cody, but Holiday. Do you think maybe that could come into play for anything, or no?
I mean, not really. They're not gonna sign. They're not going to sign Hammerstone to get MJF on over because they're not gonna put MJF in a group right off the bat in WWE if he does go to WWE. Like it's
right.
is two separate things. Like MJF is going to be MJF, regular old, Maxwell Jacob Freeman by himself on TV. Now, eventually, like if they decide to make a group, and if that comes out of it, sure. But I just wouldn't like bet my odds on it. Let's say if they bring MJF into WWE. Honestly, I think he resigned with AEW, right? But that's just me. But just my little gut feeling I'm feeling right now. But anyway, I think that if they bring MJF in, obviously he's main roster bound automatically. If they put Hammerstone in NXT, build him up, then have him bring him up to the main roster to join MJF, okay, I can see that. But yeah, I'm not entirely too confident with that. I think the current state of WWE right now, that seems more like a Triple H thing. As of right now, it seems like every week it's more and more Vince like for the show. So I don't really have 100% confidence in that to say that could or will happen.
Right. Right. So what's next?
Alrighty, get off this, get off that. Ronda Rousey via the New York Post. She said this. This came out yesterday. With how dismally shallow the women's division is right now. There's not enough women around here to keep us busy for a month. So that is the biggest challenge. That we have is to get this company to actually care. I'm talking about WWE. That's Ronda Rousey via the New York Post, and obviously, Rousey and Shayna Baszler won the WWE Women's Tag Team titles, and she's like, "Well, there's not a division here for us to really go, to have feuds with. There's no real tag team." So. We already know my opinion on the women's tag team titles. Get rid of it. At this point, they should get rid of the women's tag team titles and just have a mid card title that they can go between both shows on, and just do that there, because God knows that the tag team division for not only the main roster but NXT is damn near pathetic and sad, and still no reason why the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions are on the main roster, but there's no NXT Women's Tag Team Championships on NXT again. Are they gonna strip them? Are they gonna Are they still defending the titles on NXT? Haven't seen them in a couple weeks at this point. Like what the fuck are we doing? So yeah, so I get what Rousey's saying, and she's despite how I feel about her being in WWE, and we kind of say it already. She'll be better off not in WWE. I don't want her in WWE. She's 100% correct. Can't dispute that. She's 100% correct about this. There is the biggest challenge is that we have to get this company to actually care. Do you think Vince McMahon fucking cares about women's wrestling? Even at that too, Triple H, as I mentioned from before, this is Triple H's weakest part of his quote unquote takeover, is the main roster's women's division. NXT's women's division NXT's women's division, is probably the best in wrestling right now. Maybe not in wrestling. In America, that's not counting Stardom. But anyway, but in America at least, to me, NXT's women's division is the best. So, but any comment about that from Miss Ronda?
I mean, you kind of already said what needed to be said. The women on the main roster are kind of like, it seems like they're not being booked well. And I mean, you're right about Triple H, whereas ever since his quote unquote takeover, it's kind of been the weakest part is just booking the women. Yep. And whereas you look back on NXT, like he was able to do something great with the women. Granted, he had a lot of help. He had Norman Smiley, he had Sarah Del Rey, he had Albert, people to help him book the show. And you had mentioned that the NXT women's division is probably the best in America, and who's in charge of NXT right now? Shawn Michaels. And people have been shitting on Shawn Michaels' booking for NXT, and rightfully so. But from what I've seen, and also from what I saw on the show last night, it looks like a much better show. But yeah, I mean, no lies from Ronda here. But keep talking. I gotta use the restroom.
Okay, sure. All right. Well, I'll just go move on to the next story here. That Tommaso Ciampa was in Albany ahead of tonight's Monday Night Raw. That they came out via PW Insider, and during the day, plans change. Several talent were told that have been told Vince McMahon has been making regular changes to WWE shows remotely, which they much prefer to him being, much prefer him to them being backstage. I've said this many times already, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Triple H is not in charge, guys. Get that through your head. Triple H is not in charge. Do not believe what these fucking people are telling you. Okay? Don't believe these people. They lie. They lie for fucking years. I've been watching this company since 1991. I have a little inclination on when things are happening. I can tell when it's a Vince McMahon show. I can tell when it's a Triple H show. I can be like, that's kind of interesting. Oh man, they're making, this feels like a Vince McMahon show. Oh my god, this shows has a lot of logic gaps. I mean, Triple H wouldn't do that. Triple H didn't have a lot of logic gaps in NXT. And if he did, he'll try to fix it. So the fact that, Ciampa was backstage, and it was just a rumor. It wasn't official. It wasn't anything on the docket. But the fact that he was backstage, and the fact that there was speculation per se that DIY is making a return, and we didn't get that, or we didn't get any hint of that, or there was no segments with with Tommaso Ciampa coming back in any way. It's kind of telling. And, this Monday Night Raw, right, we're going to talk about it. And although Raw, this Raw on Monday wasn't as bad as last week's. Definitely wasn't as bad as last week's. But at the same time as well, it's the same show every week at this point in time. And it's starting to get, I'm starting to get a little fatigued on it. But just at the end of the day, guys, with the whole Vince McMahon thing, do not believe what these people are telling you. I'm in the weeds. I'm in the weeds. Are you sure about that, Vinnie Mac? Are you sure you're not in the weeds? So if not in the weeds means saying that you just make changes from home instead of making changes from backstage, if that's not in the weeds, then fuck it. I don't want to see you in the weeds again. Vince McMahon is in control of this show. He's making all the major decisions. The only thing that's been good in WWE, as far as a storyline perspective, I'm going to talk about the matches. The matches have been, good for the most part. But again, from a storyline perspective, is the Bloodline. That's the only thing that has relatively remain good. If you're not part of the Bloodline storyline, then you're just a waste at that point in time, right? You're just a waste. So just looking at it right now, with some of the storylines right now, Trish and Becky, whatever storyline was there is fucking atrocious at this particular point in time, right? There's nothing for Gunther right now, right? I know he just beat Ali. Ali showed up on NXT last night, but there's nothing for Gunther right now. What is Judgment Day doing? What is Rhea Ripley doing right now? I know she's the destroyer and all that stuff right now, and that's fine, and that's cool. But Judgment Day is great. I love them, but there's no storyline progression with them as of right now, right? Seth Rollins, yeah, he's there with he won the world title, right? And maybe they'll start eventually start building him up for a new challenger. But I would have want that to happen last night, or not last night, but on Monday, right? If you look at SmackDown right now, Austin Theory, ice cold right now is Austin Theory, not ice cold as far as his I don't want to say his character, but just ice cold as far as what he's been doing with the United States title, which is absolutely nothing. It's bad right now, guys. It's really bad right now, and the fact that people just it's okay, they just sweep it on the rug, and because you just force fed this crap, and you just Raw was okay. Raw was good. There was a good match. Fuck the matches, okay. I need storylines. I need progression. I need a sense of me wanting to come back and watch these shows. I'm not getting that right now outside of the bloodline. Okay.
So we get into the reviews already?
Well, pretty much at this point. But I just mentioned that Tommaso Ciampa was backstage for Raw, and Vince McMahon was making changes on the fly of the show before Raw starts. So.
Sounds about right. But is that all the news you have?
That is it.
All right, let's jump into show reviews real quick. So let's start with SmackDown, which was last Friday. I missed SmackDown. SmackDown was taped.
I didn't watch it because it was taped. It was just spoilers. There's nothing to talk about.
So we can just get into, I guess, the results of each match, but. United States Championship match, Sheamus versus Austin Theory. Theory won.
Which was a good match, by the way. That was a good match.
Yeah, I can imagine. Pretty Deadly apparently got involved. Shotzi, she's not Blackheart, which is... Everybody's got their last name back, but not her. Shotzi and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Io Sky. Rodriguez and Shotzi won. Let's see, Cameron Grimes versus Ashanti the Adonis. Grimes won. Bianca Belair promo. I'm just reading off of Bleacher Report. Rick Boogs versus LA Knight. Knight won, as he should have. AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross. I would imagine that would have been a pretty decent match to watch.
I heard that it was a good match for them.
Bleacher Report gave it a B+. Styles beat Kross. The KO show with Roman Reigns and Sol Sikoa. I saw the clip of how that ended. With Jimmy Uso saying that he's the real tribal chief, and yeah. And then Jimmy just being really distant and not wanting to join in with the bloodline. For
I did see that ending segment, though. That was really the only thing I really watched. I saw clips of the United States title match and Cross and AJ.
So should we go in order? Should we go in order of SmackDown and then the weekend shows and then Raw and NXT?
Yeah, I think that'll be efficient.
Yeah, that'd make more sense. So let's start with Night of Champions, which was on Saturday, May 27th in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia at the Jeddah Superdome. This was probably the most lively I've seen this crowd because back in the day with the Saudi Arabia shows, a lot of the talk was that the crowd literally just looked like they were just paid to be there, or they just were like, "Hey, we're here," and they would literally even sit on couches while the show was going on. But nowadays, the crowd at these Saudi shows actually seems like they're actually
it's actually real wrestling fans in there. They know exactly what they the amazing thing is, and I just need to stop being amazed by it, but I'm saying podcasts signs in the crowd from America. I saw Saw Monster sign in the crowd, and I saw someone was holding up a JD from NY sign. Someone was holding up a cult. I think not Cultaholic. It was Russell Talk. I saw these guys are very familiar on the product here, and they're obviously very familiar with some of the podcasts here as well, and better educating themselves. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty cool.
No love for Drew Yari, not even from my people. I'm playing. But hold on. I see RJ. RJ, you want to jump on, or are you good? All right, so I'm gonna get RJ in. Hey.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yo,
Yeah.
what's up?
Yeah, we're just about to start Night of Champions. You're just in time.
All right. Night of Champions.
All right. So first match of the night, you had Seth freaking Rollins versus AJ Styles in the tournament final for the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship match. This was 20 minutes and 40 seconds.
Good match. Good way to very good match actually. Good way to start off Night of Champions. People are complaining about, this match was the opener. Like just get over it. Like, God, just get over it, man. Like, WWE advertises as 3 main events, whatever. Like I don't know, man. I don't even want to go on a tangent about that because it's okay for one company to say it, but if another company says it's not okay, and it's like whatever. To me that's like not important. But anyway, for the match itself, it was a good match. I want AJ to win. I mean, AJ didn't win. Seth won, which was what everyone was expecting. But if AJ would have won, man, they could have done that trade. For him to be on Raw, but he still ended up on Raw on Monday night anyway because of fucking stupid shit. Because the fucking brand split's dead already. But good match though. Very good match.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. I didn't think it was a great match. I know Lightning saying could have been better. I agree. It probably could have been better.
For sure. Yeah.
But I think why I didn't think it was that great was just like I've seen these two wrestle like countless times, and I don't want to sound like I'm being a snob, but it's just like I've seen these two wrestle, so I expect them to have really good matches. But I didn't have a problem with this being the opener because like when I saw that on Twitter, I just went, oh, okay. I didn't really think much of it because it's just like this was the 1,000 day mark for Roman, so I figured Roman was going to close the show because it's
Roman closes all the shows for the most part. He closes the shows or he opens them, and I can't remember the last time he opened a show.
If somebody can come up with the last time Roman actually opened a pay-per-view, that'd be nice.
I think it was Hell in a Cell with him and Jey Uso. Was that like?
It had to have been when. It had to have been when he was with the fucking Shield.
No. I think it was before that. Well, no, we'll find it.
If anyone can find that, that'd be much appreciated. But yeah, a good match. I mean, Seth, I was fine with either. Lightning saying Hell in a Cell 2020. You're right. Oh,
yep. I knew that was right. There you go.
Justin knows his wrestling facts.
Justinomics, baby. Justinomics.
I try.
Justin loved it. But yeah, good match. I mean, Seth won. I was happy with it because I said it before. I would have liked it if AJ won, but I wouldn't have been mad if Seth won. So I mean, we kind of figured that Seth was going to win. But that's that's my opinion. What about you, RJ?
I agree with you, Lightning. It could have been better, but it was good for what it was, though. Definitely good for what it was, and hey, the guy with the most gas won. And I don't mean gas that comes out of your ass, but it's the guy that has the most steam, so to speak. He won the match, and it was the right move to make. I would have loved to have seen AJ get it too, because I'm a bigger AJ Styles fan than I am a Seth Rollins fan. But it is what it is. As long as Raw has a champion that's going to be able to compete and fight every week, that's going to be a plus. So. But Justin, I do agree with you. They kind of missed the mark to do a logical trade there, and it was like, ugh. But it doesn't matter anyways, like you just said, because AJ wound up on the fucking Raw.
Yeah. At this point, like I'm done. I'm done trying to defend the brand split. So fuck it. Just have Cody just show up and challenge Roman at this point.
Yeah. What do you say?
Next, you have Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch, singles match. This was 14 minutes and 50 seconds.
Despite me not liking the feud, despite me hating what's going on with Trish and Becky, this match wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. So they both women fought hard here. I love the swerve. This gives Zoe Stark now something to do. Was kind of worried, obviously with these NXT call ups, some of them haven't really done anything yet. I mean, they called up Von Khali, and he has only been a fucking Battle Royal so far. So, like, they're dropping the ball on Von Khali. He should already been, dethroning Roman. He should have all the fucking belts in the company already. That's my opinion, though.
I agree.
Every single belt. Yes, even the, the women's belts as well. If there's a transgender belt, he has that too. You know what I mean? But in all seriousness, this match though wasn't bad. Both women fought hard here. They were really laying into each other. Obviously you saw with Trish on Raw with a nice little shiner, and Zoe Stark coming in, and I think as of right now I'm bullish on Zoe Stark being with Trish. Because Trish will try to talk for her, but fuck, that promo on Monday though was fucking atrocious. We'll talk about that in a minute, but but as far as the match is concerned, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, good match. I mean, I think everyone felt the same way about the match. Is that they hated the build up, but they thought the match was really good. Right. I mean, because Trish can still go. I echo that too. Yeah, Trish can still go. I mean, Becky is Becky. She can obviously go. And just they look great out there together. It was a pretty good match, and I like Zoe coming out because I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I was expecting some kind of heel fuckery from Trish, but I'm like, all right, what's she gonna do? And they, went a little bit more creative than any of us were thinking, and had Zoe Stark get involved, and that was my reaction. It was just like, oh, that's interesting, because I like Zoe, and them working together, maybe their good habits can rub off on each other. So. I'm interested to see where this goes. We'll get into the Monday Night Raw review after the weekend shows because that was that promo. But RJ, what'd you think?
I agree with you guys in a sense where the build up, getting to the match, and it seems like that's the trend for all the women's matches, at least for the WWE. Like to get there is like really atrocious, but once the match happens, is really, really good. And I guess for pay-per-view sake or PLE, sorry, that's good. That's probably a good thing. But boy, it's a chore to get there. But I thought the match was good. I thought they really laid this shit in. And Zoe Stark was a nice surprise. Didn't see that one coming. Somebody else that I listened to was pitching maybe an idea for Piper Niven to be Trish's bodyguard. So I was like,
yeah, that will work too for sure.
Yeah, I was like, that works. So when the hand kind of halted Becky, I'm like, oh shit, is it Piper underneath the fucking ring? But it was Zoe Stark, and I'm like, you know what? That's even better because, like Drew said, their good habits can rub off on each other. Hopefully, does this mean Trish gets like super buff in 2023? I don't know, but. As far as teaching Zoe Stark how to, handle herself on the mic and stuff like that, that's a plus. So I see nothing wrong with this partnership whatsoever.
Right. Next, you have Gunther versus Mustafa Ali for the Intercontinental Championship. It was 8 minutes and 35 seconds. I again, another good match. Ali. I've had mixed emotions about the guy. I know he's talented, but then he does things on his personal life that you're just like, what are you doing, dude? But I mean, granted, I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he seems like a nice guy. He seems like he wants to do some good in the world outside of wrestling, and now it looks like he also wants to do some good for wrestling. And we'll talk about NXT later. But this is a good match. So I was surprised by people that were thinking that they were going to give it to Ali, which I'm just like, what? But Good match. I mean,
People are fucking retarded. That's like, oh, let's just end Gunther's. Like, you don't end a reign like that. You don't end a ring in a ring like that. Ring like that just because they're in Saudi and because there's a story there. Like, you don't do that.
right. But good match. I mean, Ali knows how to sell. He knows how to work, and Gunther's Gunther. What else can we say? But really good match. The ring, da da da. But Justin, what do you think?
I love this match here. One of my favorite matches of the weekend for sure. But Ali shows that he can be a player if you give him the opportunity. I mean, it was a short match though. It was less than 10 minutes from my recollection, but yeah, no, it was for what the time that they were given. It was a good match. Gunther won, right person won. They did a little bit of false finishes to think that Ali had a chance, but we know that Gunther was going to win. And another match that didn't have. I mean, despite the match being good, this is another match on this card that didn't have any story going into it.
Right. RJ.
Yeah, good match. One thing I want to point out, I liked Ali's gear. I don't know if anybody noticed the story behind the gear. It was the same scheme that Eddie Guerrero had during one of his matches.
Yeah,
I forgot which one in particular, but yeah, I like the idea behind the color scheme of that. And the match itself was really, really good too. I really enjoyed it. Ali, man, interesting character because all the starts and stops with this guy, including the one last fall, like you could tell they really wanted to do something with him. He just didn't connect with the audience. Ali has a connection problem to the audience. Like the audience doesn't know how to, I guess, react to this guy. And to be fair, besides the nice, cool moves, he really doesn't give him anything on that bone to even bite on. This is what we say all the time on the shows, Drew. Like you could be a great wrestler, especially in front of a WWE audience all day long, but you have to have something that the crowd can feed off of, something that the crowd can hang on to, besides cool moves. If you don't have that, then pretty much have nothing. You're coming out the crickets every week. And I think Ali is one of those guys that fall in that bin, unfortunately. But I thought it was a good match. Gunther, the ring general, does it again. And, yeah, man, just good stuff.
How close is he to surpassing Honky Tonk Man? Does anyone know?
What's that?
How close is he to surpassing Honky Tonk Man's reign?
Well,
exactly 100 days.
Yeah.
100 days?
Because I know he's coming up on a year.
So 100 days, it's like, what, 2.5 months?
That's 3 months. 3 months.
September.
3 months and like 10 days.
Maurice is saying 99. He's saying 99 days.
All right, well, just about.
So let me just do the math on that.
That's 3 months and 9 days, essentially.
99 days from today will be Thursday, September 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On Morgan's birthday.
Awesome. All right, next match, singles match for the Raw Women's Championship. Asuka defeating Bianca Belair to become the new Raw Women's Champion. The match was 15 minutes.
I'm not going to lie. I was shooting in the dark when I was predicting Asuka to win this matchup, but I had no idea Asuka was going to win the fucking match.
So, now, hindsight's 20/20, because I picked Bianca Belair.
Mm-hmm.
But if I really took my time and thought about it and really, really went deep thinking into it, because I wasn't really, into this feud, that's why I didn't really, deep thought about it. This makes sense. Believe it or not, this makes sense. This is the only way you can swap titles and not have it mean that much, even though it's still stupid. You're not going to end Bianca Belair's title reign by a title switch, a swap. You're gonna end her reign by actually getting defeated in the ring. And with Rhea Ripley just winning the SmackDown Women's Championship, it's not really gonna matter, if her title reign ends in 80 days, 90 days, however long it's gonna be, and for them to do the title swap. That's my line of thinking now. If they don't fucking do the trial swap now, if they just keep it as it is right now, then I'm gonna question it. But as of right now, at this particular moment in time, I think that's the reason why they did it. As far as the match was concerned, it wasn't anything special. It was I like the WrestleMania match a lot better than this match. So,
I mean, the only thing that really mattered in the match was the ending. The ending was very.
I was almost correct with my prediction. Right. With that,
right? Like it was clever, somewhat. It was unique because like she, because Bianca mastered blocking, getting sprayed with the mist, and then Asuka decides to put the mist on her hand, and then when Bianca's going for the move, the KOD, that's when Asuka rubs the mist on her face, so the referee doesn't see. So it's like, oh, okay, that was clever. But with Bianca, I think they had to get that title off of her because we've been saying, I don't want to speak for everybody, but it's just like on the show we've all been talking about Bianca, and it's like we do like Bianca, we love Bianca, but it's just like she's been really stale, and she's been stuck in a rut of like, what can you do with this character? And do you turn her heel? Do you maybe give her more of an edge? Like, what do you do with her? So, if she, let's say she beats Asuka, let's say she would have beat Asuka over the weekend, then what? Like, who else do you put in front of her? So I think it was smart.
I mean, fuck, look at the SmackDown Women's roster.
There is none.
So I think it was smart to give the title to Asuka, because maybe this gives time for Bianca to maybe recharge. Maybe that's another thing that comes into play. Maybe Bianca's taking some time off.
I don't know, but Asuka doesn't have a lot of credible women that she can go up against. With exception of Io. I think Io versus Asuka at SummerSlam. Give it to me, have Io win there. But in between that time, I mean, what we're going to see Io versus... Fuck, I don't know. Minchin? Mia Yim? I can do that. I can do that match.
That'd be good.
Asuka versus Shotzi? Zelina Vega? Like...
You just seen her get dominated on TV. There's no use.
I don't know. Maybe they'll do... You know what they're probably going to do? They're probably going to do Asuka versus... Rhea Ripley, for all we fucking know. Just fuck it, because the brand splits don't fucking matter, right?
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
No, fuck that.
But you know what, Justin? They might do Asuka versus Lacey Evans, because Independence Day is coming up.
You're fucking right.
Fuck this.
Oh god, treat her like a lady, guys. Just treat her like a lady.
Fuck that
like
bit.
a porn star, act like a porn star.
I mean, unless it involves Asuka kicking the shit out of Lacey's head for like 5 minutes straight, I'm fine with that.
There's no credible women on SmackDown.
None, zero, zilch.
Nope.
I mean, unless Charlotte just is like, oh, I want to come back as a face now.
Ooh, damn.
But I don't think they're gonna do that though. I don't think they're gonna do that. Well, at least not right now. Not right now. So. That women's division is fucked.
It's very fucked.
It is fucked on SmackDown, man.
Oh god. What did they do to Bandito? Why is he dressed up like a... Never mind. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
I know. I know why, but yeah, yeah, we can circle that bridge later at a later time. Cross that bridge later time. Yeah.
What did they do to my boy?
Next match is the match of the night for me, for personal reasons. Rhea Ripley versus Natalya for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This match was a very enjoyable 70 seconds. Rhea wins after Dominic distracts Natalya, and then Rhea puts her in Riptide and wins the match. Perfect. Music to my ears. Loved it.
You don't. There's nothing else to talk about. You just said everything that I needed. That I wanted to say. Let's just move on. Because there's nothing to say about that.
There's nothing else to add to that.
I don't know. Just
nothing.
Perfect match. Better than Steve Austin versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13.
Oof.
Better than CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank.
Oh my god.
Better than the live sex celebration with Edge and Lita.
Ooh. Damn.
It's
Nice,
just
mate.
Better than TLC 1, 2, and 3
ooh,
together.
ooh. Nothing you can throw at me is going to be better than just seeing that.
Not even Okada and Omega?
Fuck them.
He hasn't seen Okada Omega before, so.
Actually, I have.
Wow.
I saw the first one. I saw the first
I'm
one.
surprised.
I saw the first one, and I took a nap during it.
So you didn't see it. You kind of saw it.
Well, it's like a 50-minute match, so I was trying to watch it. I'm like, all right, let's watch this. And then, like, maybe 20, 30 minutes in, I'm like, oh, this match still going on? So, yeah, 6 stars, people. Meltzer gave that 6 stars. 6 stars. Next match, Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes in a singles match. This was 9 minutes and 40 seconds.
Fucking this you want my honest opinion, as I always do. I'm gonna give it to you anyway.
Oh boy.
Fuck this match.
Oh.
Fuck this match. Fuck this match. Fuck this feud. Fuck everything about it. Because Cody has a broken arm. I get he was wearing a brace, but when he was getting moves done to him, he was selling it. When he was using it, he wasn't selling it. And I'm not mad at Cody. I'm not mad at Cody or anything. I love Cody. I'm just mad at the situation that he was put in for this shit. This is not doing anything for Cody Rhodes. At all. At all. From a storyline perspective. Nothing from a fan perspective, because the fans love him. I love him too. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. When
Logic
it comes...
is not there.
Exactly. If he has a broken arm, and he was on Raw last night, granted he's still selling it or whatnot, shouldn't he be out for several months? If he's still going to be continuing to wrestle Brock Lesnar, that broken arm is not going to heal. So when he takes the sling off, it's just going to heal out of nowhere magically. Excuse me, magically?
Yes.
Is he gonna start wrestling?
In a couple weeks.
Man, just no. This is fucking retarded. This is stupid. This is booking yourself into a corner. The logic gaps don't make sense to me. It's like it doesn't equate to me on this guy has a broken arm. Brock Lesnar should have beat him in. I mean the match wasn't long anyway. It was like less than 10 minutes, but it shouldn't have been that long. You know, fucking Cody in a fucking Kimura lock in a real UFC fight, he would have tapped out not even 2 seconds into it, right? Why is Cody holding on for how long was it? It was about like 30 seconds around there, and he passes out. That's fine. You don't want Cody to tap out. I get it, right? Totally understand it. But this is what they should have done. They should have had Brock, quote unquote, break his arm even more than what it is. I don't know, or try to tear it from the socket and just have the fucking referee call the match. And it could be, not by submission, obviously, but like by technical submission, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? And have Cody not tap out. Oh man, this feud sucks. I just can't wait to be over. Fuck this match.
Wow, I obviously like this match a lot more than you did. I thought it was.
That's fine if you like this match. It's totally fine, but I just didn't like it.
Okay, fair enough. I thought it was better than the Backlash match. I like the storytelling with it. Cody with the quote unquote broken arm and wearing that, was it titanium arm brace, whatever the fuck, and he's using it as a weapon. I thought that was clever storytelling. I'm thinking, what you're saying about, Cody not selling, getting, hit using the arm. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. It would have been nice if Cody, as he's hitting Brock, it still hurts him.
He sells it.
Yeah, like he's hitting Brock, but he's like, ugh! Like, doing
something
that.
But you're telling me when you hit him, you don't sell it, but when he's kicking you there, you're selling it with the same type of, in a way, same type of impact. Right. I don't get it. I just don't. It's illogical.
Right, I think that thinking about it, I think that would have added more to it. But I enjoyed the match. Again, Cody didn't tap out; he passed out. So I like that. And then that nods him out at 1-1, and Brock is just really fucking good at selling. Like, I think
that was probably the best part of the match for me. Is Brock can sell. He can sell me a fucking a fucking ketchup popsicle to me. So there you go.
Right, like he's got to be one of the best, maybe top 5 sellers in the business, maybe top 10.
Yeah, for sure.
maybe of all time. But I liked his body language too, especially when he was walking away. Like, he had that look in his face, like, should I go in there and beat his ass some more? Nah, I'm good. I won. And then that sets up match 3, which I'm assuming is at Money in the Bank, or maybe SummerSlam. I don't know how much they want to quote unquote have Cody heal his broken arm, but we'll see. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good match. But RJ, what'd you think?
I thought it was fine. I didn't hate it. This is one of those matches where I had to be a dumb wrestling fan and just watch the action. But yeah, no, I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine, and we knew Brock had to get his win back to tie it up, so they can have an excuse to have the rubber match, which at this point should be a Hell in a Cell or something like that. At this point, now this is the perfect time to do a cell match. So if they go down that route, I think that makes sense. But it just depends, like what you said. How long do they want to have Brock Lesnar hold out the process, and B, how long do they want Cody Rhodes to heal off this quote unquote broken arm? So I guess we'll have to see which route they go.
But I don't want to see Cody Rhodes wrestling. If he wrestles, it's gonna be even more fucking stupid. I better not see him fucking wrestle on Raw. His next match should be Brock Lesnar against Brock Lesnar at wherever it's Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. Even though I know that's probably not going to happen. Even though I may be complaining next week because it was Cody, versus fucktard Damian Priest or somebody on Raw. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and now we get to the main event, which is the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa with Heyman. This was the longest match of the night, 26 minutes and 25 seconds. The match itself was okay, nothing to write home about. Just mainly the moment, which I brought up on occasion. I brought up on the show we did over the weekend with RJ and Monty, and I told Justin before, whereas a lot of the Bloodline stuff with Sami and Kevin Owens, mainly Sami, has mainly been more moments than matches. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just pointing it out. Like, the matches themselves are okay. I mean, the match with Sami and Roman at Elimination Chamber I thought was really good. But the moments are what supersede the match. Obviously what happened, during the match, the Usos came out while the ref was knocked out, and Roman shoved Jay and pie-faced him again, then pie-faced Jay. Like, there was a funny moment where he's like, did you just touch me? Like, he just pie-faces Jay. And, hold on, where's RJ at? I think we lost him. All right, let me get him back in. But, Roman pie-faces Jay, and then Jimmy super kicks him twice and then says something you should have done a long time ago. And Sami comes in, gets the pin over Solo, and that's the match. But what'd you think about the match? Or the moment, or whatever.
Well, the match was good. Very good, I thought. Sami Zayn coming out, in traditional Muslim attire, I guess. I don't know the proper terminology is, but that was very cool. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Almost like, I'm not Muslim, but I got kind of emotional, almost teared up there, saying that, because I know what it means to him, you know what I mean? So I thought that was a very good moment, but the match itself I thought was a very good tag team match. Obviously it was just waiting on the Usos to come out to see on, what was going to happen. And, just with, Jimmy super kicking Roman twice, at the end of it all, is a must see TV for, SmackDown on Friday, for that alone, you know what I mean? And again, the Bloodline's carrying WWE, with this story here, with the saga. It's not even a story anymore, it's a saga. It's like Dragon Ball Z, you know what I mean? We went through the Saiyan saga, we went through the Frieza saga, went through the Android saga, the Cell games, all that shit. Now we're on the Boo saga of this storyline here. So, but as expected, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn won. And again, I'm glad that the Bloodline didn't win, because if Roman would have 4 belts, that means that four titles would not be defended regularly, and you're taking away one division completely in the tag team division. So good decision from WWE there with this.
Yeah.
RJ.
What could be said that wasn't already said? The match is good. Like, I mean, come on. Look at the 4 guys in the ring. There shouldn't be any reason why this match should not be good, unless somebody gets injured or something. But the big story at the end, honestly, I didn't expect it this early. That was the surprise. Is that I expected the Usos to come down and fuck up. We all predicted that, but I didn't predict that Roman Reigns is going to get his head kicked in, get the CTE special, as I call it. By Jimmy Uso. I didn't see that coming.
He got a super kick. He got a super kick part to his face.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like he I mean, he was selling the shit out of his ear too. I don't know if Jimmy legit popped him in the ear or that was just good selling, but either way, he was tugging on his ear on the floor. But yeah, good shit. Like, it was really good stuff, and I agree with Justin. It's a saga at this point, not even a storyline, but. And we're way past the storyline. This shit's been going on for like 3 years now, so
yeah,
we're past the storyline at this fucking point.
Yeah,
but yeah, just really good stuff. Friday can't get here a whole lot more sooner because something's about to pop off on Friday. I don't know what the hell is going to go on Friday, which is the reason why we watch. The reason why we watch, because we don't know what's going to happen, but we do want to know what's going to happen. So WWE definitely got us there. That was a nice hook for Friday. And just overall, good way to end this show. And then when you see this, looking back on the night, it's the reason why they let the World Championship match go on first and this last. Because this is going to have the bigger effect. And had they would have had this match, let's just say if they would have swapped it, and they would have had the turn early on in the night, it would have overshadowed everything else on the show. It would have overshadowed everything else on the show.
100%, yeah.
And then you would have smart fans online being like, well, why aren't we getting any follow-ups throughout the show? You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad they saved it for the end.
Yeah, Friday's supposed to be the 1000 celebration, even though it's technically it'd be like, what, the 1006 celebration? But, whatever. But, yeah, Friday can't come soon enough. It's going to be must-see TV. Supposedly, I think they're going to bring on Rikishi and a few other people like the Wild Samoans and whatnot. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah.
So that was
not. Bring in the great cousin Lance and Hawaii in.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Jacob Fatu.
But before we move on, what out of 10? What would you give Night of Champions?
Just off of the Natalia match alone, I'm going to give it a 10. I'm playing. I'm playing. But I'd probably give this. I forgot the rating I gave it for the show over the weekend, but probably maybe like an 8.5.
Yeah, I go down that route myself.
I'll give it an 8. I don't think it. I think it has for me a little bit too high, but an 8. I think 8's perfect.
I mean, that Natalia match was just so good, Justin. I mean, I had to give it an 8.5. I had to.
There you go. There you go.
Match of the year, match of the century.
I heard rumors that Drew had to change his pants after that match was over.
Twice, actually, twice.
Jesus,
so good.
Stand corrected twice.
Well, what was y'all's match of the night and worst match of the night?
Worst match of the night was Brock and Cody for me. Like the actual wrestling match itself was okay, but just the logic behind it was really fucking terrible. But for me, my actual match of the night was probably say the main event.
Besides that barn burner of a 70-second classic, probably Ali and Gunther is my match of the night. That was a really good match.
Yeah. I just wish it was longer. I just wish it was a little bit longer, but yeah.
And then worst match of the night. Ooh boy. Can't really think of any bad matches. Maybe Bianca and Asuka's match. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was just like, like it was just there.
It was the weaker one.
Yeah, RJ, what'd you think?
Yeah, I'd say that was like the weaker one. The WrestleMania match was so much better,
right?
And I think for me personally, I would say it's really tough. It was some really good wrestling on the show.
No,
like so it's kind of really hard to kind of pinpoint anything, but I'd say the main event. I thought the main event was fun. I love Zayn and Owens as a team, especially growing up on their tag team back in middle school and high school, growing up on their team. So just another flash of nostalgia for me back in those late 2000s, early 2010s. Flashback to those times. So just, I don't know. For me, I get a little bit of a... Would you say nostalgia rush? Yeah, a decade is long enough. Yeah, get a little nostalgia rush watching those guys as tag team champions and fighting the top dog in the company and his cousin in the main event. Like that's really, really cool. And I would say that was match of the night, and it had some really good storyline purpose with some severe consequences moving forward. So I thought that the most effective match and the best match. So. That's my opinion. I wouldn't say the worst, but the weakest match was definitely Asuka and Bianca, in my opinion. So, it wasn't bad. It was just weak, just a little weak.
All right, that was Night of Champions. So, what should we go with NXT or should we do AEW last?
NXT is good.
All right, so NXT Battleground was on Saturday. It was actually during AEW, so I was watching both shows. Well, mainly had
Shawn
one.
Michaels.
Mainly had one in the background, but NXT was Sunday, May 28th in Lowell, Massachusetts, at the Sangha Center. Is the T silent? I'm assuming.
I don't know, Sam.
But first match of the night was for the triple threat. It was a triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. You had Wesley versus Tyler Bate and Joe Gacy. It was 11 minutes and 59 seconds. Fantastic match. I mean, Wesley continues to just be great in everything. Like I'm digging his title reign. I'm digging his solo reign. Again, just kind of go back to the guy. Like when they fired his tag team partner, it was just one of those things of like you're just waiting for them to just fire the guy, but the guy made something of himself, and clearly somebody saw something. Maybe Shawn Michaels saw something in him and went, maybe he's got something to him. He's not just good in the ring, he can actually talk. He's entertaining and he's likable. He's a white meat babyface. He's the definition of a white meat babyface at this point. So
he could be a dick of a heel too. I'm just saying.
I don't doubt
if
that.
they need him to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I
don't doubt that, but it's also one of those things of like, the selfish part of me would love if they brought back Nash Carter and just reformed the group, not necessarily derail.
I think he's past that at this point. Yeah, I think he's showing he can prove they could be a viable singles.
Right.
And,
I mean,
Nash Carter's doing the same thing. He's proven that he can be a viable singles guy.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever he needs to back up, he calls Trey and Myron. So yeah, like I mean, it's kind of. I think this is a blessing in the disguise for both of them, for all those guys actually.
Oh yeah,
all of them are getting a chance to show that they can be singles without holding on to each other forever throughout their whole entire careers.
right. And he's also with Gigi Dolan, so that's another.
Yeah, he's tapping that ass, and my man Trey's got Ashley D'Amboise, who is just anybody's ever seen that girl. She is magnifique.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
like the only one with a homie girl.
Right, I'm not trying to dismiss, their accomplishments. It's just one of those things of like, man, it'd be nice if they brought Nash back. That'd be pretty fucking cool. But
they were a good team. I mean, obviously, in Impact and what they did in NXT. But this is a great match. I love Wesley. I love Tyler Bate for ever since he came into WWE. In the UK tournament, Joe Gacy, like a lot of people are. I don't even think a lot of people are still like a lot of people don't really like. How should I say? Don't really appreciate Joe Gacy, and he's fucking good. Like he's really good. I don't know if it's because like his attire, the gimmick, or whatever case, but like he's really good too as well. But a very very good match on the show, but. Someone brought this question to me in the shop. I think it was on Monday or Tuesday. Because we were talking about like the pay-per-views or whatnot. One of my regular customers. He said, "What did he say?" He said that. If he said, I'm glad that Wesley is in WWE because if he was in AEW." He said that I will still like him, but fans will see him as too flippy. Even though he'll still do the same stuff in both companies. And I brought up a good point to him. I was like, if you swap Ray Phoenix and Wes Lee, will WWE fans all of a sudden say Ray Phoenix is not flippy anymore? He's just he's really good all of a sudden. Like, kind of get what I'm saying with that? Like,
I do.
It's like
I think it might be just how WWE presents people a lot better than AEW. A big example in RJ, I hate to say this because I know he's your boy, but Adam Cole. Adam Cole in WWE NXT was like, a much better than whatever this Adam Cole is in AEW. Like he was presented better and. Yeah, like he's always still been kind of small, but like in WWE he seemed a lot more lean and a lot more in shape and was presented as more of a credible star. I
kind of disagree with that. He's still in shape. Now, he was definitely bigger in NXT 100%, I get that. But yeah, I think he's like the same size as he was. I don't think he I won't say he got bigger, but like I don't think he is out of shape.
Like here's an example. You ever seen the movie Step Brothers?
A long time ago.
So there's that one scene, and RJ knows what I'm talking about. That one scene where they're interviewing at a job, and Seth Rogen is like the manager or whatever, and he's about to offer them the job, and then John C. Reilly just lets out this really loud fart. Like it goes on for a really long time, and Seth Rogen's like, "Did you just fart?" No. And he's like, "I can taste it on my teeth." He goes, "Come to think of it, the tuxedos you're wearing are kind of fucked up." Like that's kind of how I think of Adam Cole's reign in NXT, where it's like he was wearing these tuxedos for the longest time, and we all thought it was cool. Now he's wearing the same tuxedo in AEW, and we're like, "Come to think of it, this is kind of fucked up."
Well, I guess the point that my regular customer is saying that like if Wesley was in AEW, like he will wrestle the same style match, but there are certain fan groups out there that will say that he'll be flippy.
Yeah.
But if Ray Phoenix was in WWE, if he did the same exact shit they did in AEW, all of a sudden it's like, oh man, he's just an innovator. He's a good wrestler. So I guess we were kind of talking about for like at least like 20 minutes. I was like, yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that. But I guess we just came to the point is that like wrestling fans are at the end of the day they are going to
They're fickle.
make a narrative on what they like. If they like a certain person or like a certain company, they're gonna make a narrative. Oh yeah, he's not flippy. You know, he's just innovative. But you know, to another company, it's like, oh yeah, he's flippy or whatever the case would be. Like, or if he's in WWE, oh, he's watered down, he's boring. You know what I mean? With that, so I don't know.
I mean, I think it's the also the stigma there is that AEW doesn't handcuff their wrestlers, meaning that they let them go out and go balls to the walls and let them do what they want and need to do in order to pop the crowd. Whereas WWE, what's the stories that we hear all the time? Slow it down just a little bit. Tell a little bit of a story. Slow it down. So I guess maybe that's a little bit of the point too. But yeah, I mean that's why I don't compare the companies because like they let them get away with a whole lot more in AEW than they do in WWE.
Yeah,
You know, you got to tell that story, baby. In AEW, you know, just go out there, put on a fucking great performance as much as you can, and pop that crowd. Go kill yourself.
go kill yourself.
Go kill yourself. You know,
Kill yourself.
With my cock.
Yeah.
fucking Vikingo out there doing a fucking rope step 630 splash onto a table outside the ring. What? I missed the part where this was a hardcore match, but I mean, hey, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But that was that match. Next match is the British Rounds rules match for the NXT Heritage Cup. Noam Dar versus Dragon Lee. Noam Dar won 2-1. The match was 11 minutes and 51 seconds. I thought this was, again, good match, okay match. Wasn't particularly my cup of tea. Noam Dar is a guy that's been in the company for a really long time. And I'll be honest, I think this was my first exposure to him because he's a guy whose name I would always hear. But I can't really recall watching a Noam Dar match. So this is probably my first exposure to him.
Never seen him on Raw when he was with Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox.
Fucks. He says fucks.
What's the fuck? But yeah, it was a good match. You know, Dragon Lee's good. They're both.
Drew, you want to know why you never seen Noam Dar before? Because he was on either on 205 Live or NXT UK.
Probably there. You go.
You didn't watch the Cruiserweight Classic, did you?
Oh no, I did. I watched the Cruiserweight Classic.
I was reading that too.
Yeah, he was. I mean, him and Zack Sabre Jr. That match.
That was match of the fucking tournament, if you ask me.
Oh, you mean Zack Sabre Jr. who moves at a snail's pace? That guy. But I don't know. That's the first time I saw Zack Sabre Jr. I'm like, he's moved. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but he just looks like when I saw him, he looked like he was moving at like 5 seconds per hour. I don't know, but that's just me. I don't want to get into that argument. But
was it because he was doing he was doing his wrist lock thing, and then he turned around and put his leg around the guy's neck, and then fucking grabbed his leg and cranked it around his neck? Was it because he was trying to do his snake bullshit?
I guess, but I just remember being on a treadmill and watching that match and going, "So this is the guy everybody loves? All right, not for me." But yeah, it was a good match. But what'd you guys think?
Good match, scary spot with Dragon Lee taking that.
God.
Again, like that power bomb from the outside. Basically, he was trying to do that over the rope or Hurricane Karana. But yeah, no, it looks like now Noam Dar is he's officially a black man now because
he's playing at the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh, Mensa. You got Last Legend. You know how I feel about her, but hopefully, and I've been saying this I said this, I think like last week or week before. I've been seeing improvement with Last Legend, so
same.
Yeah. So I mean, so I can admit to people getting better. I can admit to people. If I didn't like them at first, I'll give them a second chance. You know what I mean? So I'm not afraid to admit that.
Yeah, you're
But,
not in the same boat there, buddy.
Yeah, but I see improvement. I see improvement with her. Yeah. So this group hopefully will do well with them. And as far as Dragon Lee right now, he's gonna be okay. He's gonna be fine. He's obviously I'll put it to you this way. He's definitely gonna hold some gold in 2024. That's that you can bet your fucking money on that. He's holding gold in 2024. Right. Period. All right. Unless, God forbid an injury or anything like that, you know what I mean? Right. But yeah, Dragon Lee, man, and Noam Dar, good match. Not great, but good.
Mm-hmm. All right. RJ.
I definitely agree. No, I agree. I thought it was a good match. It's good to see Noam Dar back on US television again. I like Noam Dar. I think he's got the right amount of charisma, and he's one of those guys. He's a smaller guy, but he does interesting things to make you want to look at him. Like the way he just carries himself. He's got a swagger to him. He wears flashy colors. Like the brother's got his hair braided now. Like he's definitely invited to the couch, man. And he's got the sisters with him.
There you go.
Jackson and Miss
and also his girlfriend too.
Oh yeah, his girl too. Oh my god, that girl's so cute. Oh my god. Noam Dar's winning. He's winning, people.
I think that's why he's adopted by the black folk in NXT because he's dating a black girl.
Yeah, there you go. What do you say? Yeah, but I'll look forward to see what they do with this group. And Dragon Lee's not buried, people, because that's all I seen too, man. I'm like, do people forget that they cheated? Do people forget he got cheated? Yep. They cheated to beat him. That's not being buried. He got okey doked. He got hoodwinked. Like that's all that was. It's like,
and obviously it showed that Dragon Lee's clearly the better wrestler than Noam Dar. Yeah, I mean, clearly he's the better wrestler than Noam Dar. In storyline, it's just that Noam Dar cheated to win.
Yeah, like if Noam Dar beat him in a sweep, then we might want to be concerned.
Yeah,
but if not, like he's not buried. Come on, he's fine. I saw intelligent people that actually do like say, "Oh, he's done already," and it's like, come on.
Gotta be smarter than that.
Yeah,
buried. He's buried. He's done.
Yeah, he's finished already. Send him packing back to Rouge.
Never coming back again. He's done. Next is to me the match of the night and a match of the year candidate. Ilya Dragunov versus Dijak in a last man standing match.
Absolutely. Match of the year candidate. And I'm really curious on how, and obviously, this is just one man's opinion, but I'm really curious to see how Meltzer rates this match. He may give it at least 4. I know he's probably going to at least give it 4 stars. He has to. Like, there's no way it's not at least a 4-star match. To me, it's not. It's close to a 5-star. It really is. To me, this is my kind of match. I may give it a 5-star personally, but I don't know. But anyway, because I did not see one single podcaster. I did not see one single influencer talk about this match. Obviously, because AEW was on, and during this match. Let me see. What was the match that was going on in AEW at the time? Hold on, let me look it up. AEW Double or Nothing. Hold on. Because I was going back and forth between the matches, and I was like, oh, well, I'll pay attention to this match a little bit more, It was, it was FTR versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, although we'll talk about the match in a little bit. But my attention was on this match, was on Ilya and Dijak. Just the story being told in the match itself, and with Dijak coming out and telling his his wife and his kid like you better leave and this, that, and the other, and
you need to see this.
Yeah, you don't want to see this. Just Ilya, you don't want to see this. Just Ilya taking feast your eyes, instantly opening up his fucking chin with a big cut on his chin, fucking Ilya in the corner taking the Kindle stick shots. Fucking the Kindle stick breaking like it was really 2K23, like literally breaking across his body. Like, this was a physical match. This was the most physical match probably I've seen this year with weapons, right? Probably the most physical match I've seen this year with weapons. I'm not talking about with like thumbtacks getting busted open, using barbed wire and pizza cutters and shit. I'm just talking about like with pure weapons that is not supposed to bust you open and only leave marks. Like this match was fan-fucking-tastic. The end with Dragunov, like obviously Dragunov doing the coast to coast with the fucking steel steps, like fucking unreal. Like I'm surprised like Dijak didn't get cuts from that. Then with Dragunov doing a fucking diving forearm to the back of Dijak's head on a chair for the takeout. This is what a last man standing match is supposed to be. The main roster needs to take notes on how to do a last man standing match like this. But Dragunov, man, he needs to get up to the main roster. That's the guy to take the Intercontinental title off of Gunther right there. Like, make it happen.
I mean, definitely. I mean, if you're gonna bring him up, I was gonna say like pair him with Imperium, and then like the idea is that Gunther wants to keep him under his thumb, so that way he doesn't have to wrestle him. Then eventually he can't control Dragunov, and then that's how you set up that match. But
and it's so easy and believable too, because all the commentators have to keep on reminding us that Dragunov was the guy that once beat Gunther. When the last time Gunther thought he was unbeatable, Dragunov beat him. So that's perfect if they tell that story.
And that's a Mania match right there. I love this match. Again, just that was actually Dragunov's wife and kid that he told that to.
No, it was Dijak was telling his wife and his daughter that Dragunov, and there's another video on Twitter that Dragunov put out that he called his little boy, and he was talking in Russian, and he was like, what did Dragunov say? He said, "Oh yeah, I'll promise I'll be back. Hey, I'll promise I'll be back." And he was like, "I love you." He was like, "I love you," or whatever. And the son was like, "Oh, I love you, Papa." He's like, "Goodbye, Papa."
Oh.
So yeah, man. Like it's on is it WWE's Twitter? Well, actually, Dragunov has on his Twitter. So go check it out. It's like a 2-minute video. This is fucking great, fantastic.
It's just Dragunov is believable. Going against bigger guys. I mean, we just talked about Gunther. Him going against Dijak, it makes sense because Dijak is good at selling. Once upon a time, like this guy was having really good matches with Keith Lee, with Cross and guys like that. So he can. I mean, I just named my big guys, but like, you know what I mean. But like, Dijak can work with smaller guys and it looks believable. And Dragunov's whole gimmick now is that he likes pain, and it works for him because he looks like a nut job. He looks like a crazy person. So the whole time, just Dijak's just beating the fucking piss out of him to the point where I even felt uncomfortable. I'm like, ooh, that doesn't look good. And just what is it? Not Dijak. Dragunov just being like, "Is that all you got?" And eventually, Dragunov getting the win. Fantastic match. Match of the year candidate. Match of the night.
Definitely match of the year candidate. As of right now, I have it in my top 10 as of right now. If I'm counting all promotions, if it's WWE, it's definitely like top 3 for me. So,
shit, I want to watch it again. It's awesome. But RJ, what'd you think?
Yeah, y'all know I love my boy Dijak.
Justice.
Justice. Yeah, I thought he was going to give his when the camera panned and turned on his wife. I was like, "Oh God, not in front of everybody."
The little one doesn't need to see this.
You need to take her out of here. Come here. But him and Dragunov had a damn good match, man. It was really good stuff, man. Like really good stuff. Oh boy.
That thing's fucking dope. I love that theme.
That theme is, it goes hard. I ain't gonna lie, it slaps.
Justice! You know what else slaps?
My cock get your wife's mouth.
Justice!
Nah, but this match is really good, man. It's like Justin said. WWE needs to take notes, but a lot of other companies need to take notes too on how to do a believable last man standing match, especially a believable finish. I thought this is perfect. It wasn't overbooked. It made sense.
Yeah.
I like that they kind of foreshadowed this finish too on NXT TV last week.
Yeah.
If you go back and you remember, I like the little subtle things like that they do.
So, quick question: with Dragunov's diving forearm, which one would you rather take? The diving forearm from Dragunov or the hidden blade from Ospreay?
Oh my God, Ospreay be knocking the fuck out of
He
people
be
with that
fucking
damn thing.
murdering people with that shit.
If
If I had to pick one, I'll take Dragunov's. Unfortunately,
I'll take Dragunov's. Yeah, because Ospreay. I mean, you can say whatever you want about Ospreay, but Ospreay hits hard, man. He hits hard. He gave that shit to Chuck Taylor last year when United Empire came and he attacked the best friends of FTR last year.
Yeah.
He got Chuck Taylor pretty damn good. Oh, not Chuck Taylor, but Trip Beretta. He got him pretty fucking good with that band. I'm like, oh hell no, bro. I'm good. But yeah, I thought this match was fucking good. Like you guys said, match of the year candidate. If not, people need to get their eyes checked. But this is as physical can go, as far as not having the craziness of, like you said, having kitchen utensils being used or barbed wire and shit like that. Like, this match was fucking brutal without all of that. And props to these two guys, because these two guys are tough motherfuckers, man. Dijak wrestled with a broken middle finger a couple months ago. That shit couldn't have been easy, especially wrestling with your right hand. If you're right-handed and you use that hand to fucking fight and shit, like, that can't be easy. So, I mean...
It's like, how did he break that finger?
You try to jam it up Wesley's ass.
Oh, my. Where's your wife? You'll have to do...
I'll shove my whole arm up your ass to reach her soul.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's justice. Feast your eyes on my middle finger.
Oh, my. But, yeah, great.
Uh-oh.
What did Keith Lee do?
I heard a rumor that Dijak might be called up to the main roster soon.
Hey, good.
And if he does...
I mean, if he gets called up, all I gotta say is, like, that's quick.
Mia Yim. Put him on the roster with Mia Yim. Hey, Keith, I know you're not around anymore, but I'll show you. In the name of justice. Oh, boy. Oh, man.
Hey, if the women's division wasn't already fucked, they're about to get fucked.
I'm gonna show them what my law is all about.
By the long, meaty dick of justice.
I'm about to show you what that fat ass Keith Lee couldn't show you.
Oh, man. Anyways, next match.
Oh, man.
Next match.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
He goes to the phone, he sends a text message. Oh, my.
Oh, my. Tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Gallus versus the Creed Brothers. I personally didn't care for this match. I mean, I'm not a fan of Gallus. I don't know, just something about them just doesn't work for me, and it doesn't seem like it's working for the crowd. The Creeds, I mean, we love the Creeds. Julius looks like a star. He's good, but
Fucking
he's
freak.
Still kind of green, in my opinion. There's
They've
something
only been doing this for a couple of years.
Right. I mean,
I think it's something, maybe a connection problem or something. I know that people like the Creeds. People want to like them and everything like that. I think it's another thing of connection problems.
Right.
I think they need a stronger connection, a little bit more. There has to be a little bit more on the bone there too.
Right.
I think they need a character uplift. Not like do like the Diamond Mine stuff and all that stuff because I love the Crees and whatnot, but just add a little something to have a little bit more character or whatnot.
Yeah.
There are signs there with Julius. Just talking like because Julius is basically an honorary black person. If you just look at his fucking his Instagram and shit, man,
he's dope. I love him.
just him in the club, just jigging and dancing and just like he's influenced by hip hop that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe add an element of that in there, I guess, like not necessarily like him making a hip hop character, but just adding that like in his character, his speech, the way he talks, the way he presents himself. So, but this match though, I agree with Joe. I was a little bit bored with the match. I was actually more. This is where I was switching over to a little bit more of Double or Nothing at this point because I was watching the Wardlow Christian Cage match as this match was going on. So, but for what I saw here, it was expected. The Gallus was going to win. Really nothing to write home about.
Right. I just think that Gallus doesn't belong in NXT. They just don't. They don't fit the timeline of what's going on right now. The era of NXT, they would have been better in NXT 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Not why they're trying to push all this young talent. And what makes matters worse is that these guys are all above 30 years old. And Wolfgang looks like a 40-year-old pedophile. So, when you take that into consideration, and then Mark Coffey, who's not exactly the most charismatic man in the world, it's tough to get behind Gallus. Joe Coffey's fucking great. I love Joe Coffey. Been a big fan of his for a long time, but I just think that Gallus needs to. I don't know. I would say maybe get him on the main roster, but I'm not sure if that's even going to help him either. Because
if they go to the main roster, there's going to be job guys. They're not going to be. They're just doing the job.
Yeah, I sadly agree with that. Which is a shame because they're talented. My feelings for not Mark Coffey, but Wolfgang aside, they're talented guys. But I just think that when they're trying to push younger talent in NXT, and then you have these three big, burly, bearded up guys that don't look so young, don't look old either, but they don't look youthfully. It's kind of a hard sell. And you have the Creeds, who these big young baby faces who are exciting, and Julius is throwing everybody all over the fucking place like a madman. Like, it's just something just don't add up there.
Yeah.
Noam Dar, you can get away with that because Dar's young. Dar's younger than I am, I think. So he's still young. He's underneath 30, but Gallus, they're like big grown adult males. Come on. Like, they got to get them out of there. They just don't fit what they're going for with NXT. And I don't know. They shouldn't be the champions right now.
All right. Next, you had the finals for the vacant NXT Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton versus Lyra Valkyria. Oh, the previous match was 9 minutes and 33 seconds. Tiffany Stratton and Lyra Valkyria had the longest match of the night, 16 minutes and 1 second. Tiffany, as expected, won the NXT Women's Championship. Congrats to her. And she's improved a lot in the ring. I mean, again, just still green. And I pointed it out when I reviewed NXT, which we'll talk about her promo, that there is a lot she needs to work on, especially in promos. But I thought this is a fine match. It wasn't a great match. It was a fine match. I thought it went on a little too long, though. I thought it maybe could have been 2 or 3 minutes shorter, and it would have been, good. But there are definitely some blown spots. Lyra, I don't know much about her background. I know she's obviously from overseas, but I don't really know too much about her background. Tiffany is, again, fairly new. Supposedly she's been around for a lot longer than we thought, which I didn't know. But again, just fine match. Did what it needed to do. Get Tiffany over, and Tiffany's the new champ. But what'd you guys think?
Yeah, I like this match. I will say this. This was a great match for two young people. I don't think this match was actually great, like as far as overall. But I thought the situation that they were put in ended up being a better match than expected. Because they could have went out there and this could have been a fucking total bomb fest. Tiffany could have bombed. They're both young, so who was calling the match? I'm assuming it was more of Lyra Valkyria calling it, but you know what I mean, because she has more experience, so someone has to fucking lead the match, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming it's her, but they're both young, and as of right now, I think they're two of the new 4 horsewomen in NXT. So maybe maybe one, well, at least one of them. I don't think Lyra's up there. I think you go Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne, Gigi, and JC. I think that's like if you want to count the new 4 horsewomen, that's probably the 4 right there. The fifth one, the Lex Luger of the 4 horsewomen. The 5th one will probably be Lyra, but good match for what they did here. I'm really intrigued to see where Tiffany goes here. Her and the title looks great together, right? You know what I mean? And she's gonna have challengers across the way. I'm pretty sure Lyra's gonna challenge again. I'm pretty sure that Roxanne is gonna challenge, and who's gonna be that big babyface to take her down at this point. And I could see something to where that perhaps maybe Gigi gets the belt off of Tiffany. Then maybe I go to JC. Then maybe in some fashion Blair Davenport. That's the next person, like the next main person that should be getting the NXT belt is Blair Davenport. How we're gonna get there, I don't know, because Blair Davenport is above and beyond better than any other woman on that roster. Period. You know what I mean? Second is Roxanne. Second is Roxanne, but Blair Davenport, she is above and beyond the most seasoned woman on the roster, being that she's a little bit older. She's like 27, 28. But also, B, she's had a lot of, how should I say, a lot of experience in progress. She wrestled in Stardom for about 5 years, right? She wrestled in AEW. She wrestled in New Japan. She didn't wrestle in New Japan, but she was in New Japan. Obviously she's former girlfriend Will Ospreay, but yeah, so she has a lot of experience, and I think that she may be able to help these women, get more over, and she could be that perfect heel. But anyway,
and Justin, another bonus: if these girls act up in the ring, she's gonna smack them around.
She's gonna fuck them up, yeah. Yeah, she's come over from fucking England and Japan. I mean, she's a lot of people think that she is English. No, she's from New Zealand, I think, or no. Well, she's built from New Zealand, but I think she was born in England or something like whatever. But I don't know if she grew up in New Zealand or whatever. But anyway, regardless,
Ireland.
Okay, but regardless, she's gonna be a big addition to the roster. But yeah, the match overall between Tiffany and Lyra, it was good for what it was.
RJ, what'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I think giving him a little too much time was a little bit of a that was a bad call. But besides that, I thought the match was fine, man. Given who these two girls are, Tiffany Stratton, who's fairly green. Has only been doing this for 2 years, and Lyra Valkyria, who is finding herself as well, a little bit more, like Justin said, been on the road a little bit more, but she's also coming back from like a big ACL injury too. So I think like she has to kind of find her footing back into things as well. So I think giving them too much time was a little bit a disservice to both of them, but they did best. They did the best they could to the best of their ability, and they tried to tell a story with the knee with Lyra. So they had some type of a selling point there, and I thought it was fine for what it was. So, and the right girl went over. Tiffany, underneath those circumstances, should have. Lyra Valkyria had won the belt at this point, and I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad that they didn't go with her right now. She doesn't have the momentum right now with the audience enough to justify putting the NXT Women's Championship on her. Whereas Tiffany can incite a lot of the baby faces and get over that way. Right. So I thought that was the better move. So they went with the better move, and I'm glad. So.
And now we got the main event, NXT Championship. Carmelo Hayes, the champion, with Trick Williams versus Braun Breaker. Hayes winning and retaining. That dog. Braun growing out that beard. I thought it was kind of funny. Braun growing out that beard and wearing those like '80s, villain those '80s villain like sunglasses. That was kind of funny. I like Braun as a heel. I know. There's some people I saw that weren't digging Braun as a heel. They thought maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. I don't.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. It's like, again, just people have their own opinion.
They didn't see him doing Uncle Scotty. Oh man, he was doing Uncle Scotty. It was great. Boston sucks.
People have their own opinion. Yeah, I like that. I like the whole time he's just talking shit. Boston sucks. But
great shit.
But
I love it. I don't know what other people were seeing, man.
I thought the match was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. It served its purpose. Mello being.
I'll tell you what, he killed Carmelo Hayes with that spear again. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Braun Breaker's a spear machine. My God. Jesus.
I mean, the dude did play ex-football, so I would imagine.
Yeah, he did.
He could put some stank on it. Some stank on it.
Man, he definitely put some. He put more than stank on that. Jesus Christ.
But they're in Lowell, and Mello's a hometown boy, so he did. Was it me, or did he not get like the rousing reaction that we all thought he'd get?
I mean, I thought the reaction was fine for what it was, but like anyone expecting like a fucking like Bret Hart and Canada reaction, I think you're asking for too much just because of the fact that
no
Mello too, because you gotta think about it, there's still some casual fans that went there. It's a WWE show, let's go to the show, right? They may not even know that they may even not even know much of Mello as of yet, but also B, probably didn't even know he was from Massachusetts, so it may not.
Yeah, because at NXT they don't tell you where people are from; they just say their names and that's it.
Yep,
that's one thing I've noticed over the last year and some change is that they don't announce where people are from. So they've been talking about him being from Massachusetts all this time. The only reason why I knew he was from Boston is because Joey used to talk about him a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the Christian Casanova name from
Christian Casanova,
from the Northeast Indies. So, I mean, that's how I knew, but I had to be reminded, when they were starting to try to promote it over the last 2 weeks. And that's not enough to get some hometown investment in it. But, I mean, they tried. And, I mean, it wasn't like he got crickets. So, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, he got a reaction.
That would have been embarrassing.
Yeah, he got a nice reaction. I'll just put it that way. He got a nice reaction, not a CM Punk in Chicago reaction. I'll put it that way. Yeah, but I was just saying, like, the way they were promoting the show, where it's just like, he's going to be in Massachusetts. He's in Massachusetts. He's at a Celtics game. He's doing this, and it's like, I mean, they're really going out of the way to promote this show. So, but he got a good reaction. I'll just put it that way. He had a good reaction, but. The match was good.
He should have went back on Monday. Maybe the Celtics would have had a better chance. Jesus.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, holy fuck.
But what'd you guys think about the match?
It was a good main event. Wasn't great. NXT really hasn't had a great main event in a long time. Not to say that their main events have been shit or anything like that, but
nothing takeover-esque.
yeah, nothing from the takeover era. Like it seems like a mid-card match will eclipse the main event. Good match. Really like the match overall. Carmelo wins decisively. Kind of makes you wonder that Braun Breaker's done in NXT. He has to be at this point. Maybe he'll be off for a couple months before he's called up before SummerSlam. So,
yeah. But RJ.
Yeah, same. I thought the match was fine. I thought that standard delivered match was a little bit better. Yeah, what do you go from here with Braun Breaker? Because he's been hot as a heel. It's been really good.
Anything there's nothing you could do. If it's nothing for the NXT Championship, then there's no reason why Braun Breaker should be doing anything at NXT at this point, in my opinion.
Right, definitely, and I agree. Especially since he lost to Carmelo Hayes twice already, like it doesn't make any sense to give him a third match at all, especially at this point. And yeah, no, I thought the match was fine for what it was. It was a good main event, like me and Justin just agreed on. Not takeover-esque, but definitely fine. And yeah, a nice way to close off the show.
All right. So overall rating, letter grade, what would you give Battleground?
Give it a 7.5. I thought overall it was a very good show. There was not one terrible match. I guess the weakest one will probably be the tag team title match, and the strongest one for me is Ilya. Obviously, Ilya versus Dijak. But overall, I thought it was a very, very enjoyable show. Very good opener. Very good middle match. Very good ending match. So there you go.
Probably give it like an 8. I'll go with an 8. Yeah, the Ilya match was great. The main event was good, but not like you guys just made it clear. Just not a takeover-esque match, but still a good enough world title match to main event a show. And then Tiffany winning was good, even though the match went on a little too long. And then the tag match I thought was the weakest match of the night, in my opinion. But yeah, I'll give it a B. But RJ, what about you?
I thought Takeover was fine. I give it an 8. Give it an 8. There was more good than bad. And there wasn't even anything really bad. Just the tag team title match is kind of lackluster. I think they need to move on from the Galaxy experiment. It looks like they might be going into the D'Angelo stuff, which I'm cool with. If you get the belts on the D'Angelo family, I'm cool with that. And
he deserves gold because he's been working his ass off too. So.
Tony D.
Yeah, like he's good as a lovable baby face. Well, not lovable, but you know what I mean. Like
he's gonna be an over. I won't even say anti-hero, but
he's that lovable anti-hero. Yeah, you're right on the money on that. Yeah. I think you need to do something with that, and I think they need to be paired up with other young teams. Gallus needs to, even one of the dudes, Eddie, not our Eddie, but another Eddie that I'm friends with on Twitter. He was like Joe Gacy. He was watching NXT yesterday, and he saw Joe Gacy beat Stax. It was a fine match for what it was, but he was like, Joe Gacy does not belong in this incarnation of NXT, and I agreed. So, I think Gallus, they have to move on from NXT.
Do you mean Joe Coffey?
Do something. Did I say Gacy? God damn it.
You say Gacy, yeah.
Joe Gacy does need to get away from NXT, too. He's too much of a veteran to be down there as well. So, I mean, that fits, too. That applies to him as well. I've been a fan of his for a while. I think he needs a better wrestling outfit, though. He looked really out of shape last night.
Yeah, on Sunday I was going to say, he legit looked like he was wearing a diaper.
I thought he was wearing a diaper, too.
And I'm like,
oh my god,
like a diaper or granny panties, but it was literally just white trunks with his name on. I'm like, ugh, that you probably should have stuck with the pants and the shirt because
yes. Yes.
Wearing tights doesn't look good on you. That's just my opinion. But that was Battleground.
No, it's bad.
Speaking of bad, AEW Double or Nothing.
Oh boy.
Sunday, May 28th, Paradise, Nevada, in the T-Mobile Center. How many matches were there? 11 matches. 11 main roster matches and 1 pre-show match. The pre-show match was the Hardys. The Hardy Party, Jeff and Matt and Isaiah Cassidy versus Ethan Page and the Guns. The Hardys won. I didn't watch this match. Did any of you watch this match?
Yeah, I did. Wasn't great at all. I mean, it wasn't terrible either. But Jeff, oh man, he looked rough out there. But the guns look good in there. Guns look good in there. Ethan Page, love me some Ethan Page in there. Hook is coming along pretty well. Matt can still do some stuff, but Jeff was like the unfortunate story here for what he was. For how he wasn't looking good in the match, but the Hardys win. Hardys and Hook won, so Matt is now taking over the ownership of Ethan Page's contract, which is stupid because they've been doing this back and forth for a while already. To me, it's just saying that we have nothing for you guys, so let's just do the same story but in reverse this time for another 2 months, and and just go from there. So.
Yeah, it's uninspiring and it's uncreative at this point. Enough with this contract shit. They've been doing this, you say months, they've been doing this shit for years now. With somebody's owning somebody's contract. Enough of this bullshit already.
Well, yeah, just the current iteration with these, but yes, you're right, yes.
They've been doing this Hardy home office or whatever the fuck this shit is for the longest now. Why Private Party is trusting Matt Hardy again after he treated him like shit before. I don't understand it. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. I hate this whole storyline. I hate the fact that we can't do nothing with Ethan Page. Yep. A lot of people like Ethan Page. I'm not the biggest Ethan Page fan.
I love Ethan Page. I love him even more. I love him even more because I'm watching his toy vlogs. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's why a lot of people do like him. Unfortunately, that I found out that a lot of people like him because of what he does outside the ring than inside of the ring. And but
he's also a good talker though. He's a good talker. He's a good wrestler. So yeah,
he's a good talker. A little silly for me, but it is what it is. We all need some silly people in wrestling. He just doesn't do it for me. But I feel bad for him in this situation because he left Impact. He could have stayed in Impact and probably been the world champion over there.
Yep, exactly.
If they gave it to his partner who has no charisma whatsoever, they could have put the belt on Ethan Page. But
the North explodes, brother.
Oh my God. Yeah, and it's just like I don't know. I'm done with this owning the contract shit. It's just ridiculous, man. I don't like it. And Jeff Hardy needs to retire. Both of the Hardy brothers need to retire for sure.
Yep.
That's a tune I think we can all dance to. And I've been saying it for years. It's not all of a sudden. With me, it's not all of a sudden because I remember one of my friends got a little upset yesterday. And he was like, man, all y'all talking about Jeff Hardy needing to retire and this, that, and the other. What was y'all a few years ago? Bro, I've been saying Jeff Hardy needed to retire ever since 2020.
Mm-hmm.
When he beat somebody on SmackDown, that he went up the ramp. He couldn't even walk up the fucking ramp. Like, he legit fell down. I'm like, yeah, he needs to retire. People talking about something. He should get one more run as champion. Champion? Did you see the guy fall to his knees because he couldn't fucking walk?
Another me is what they'll never be.
I love Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is always going to be one of my favorites, but it's just like
retire.
I don't want to see Jeff wrestle. Like a long time ago, I was at the point where it's like I don't need to see Jeff doing hardcore or like ladder matches. I don't need to see Jeff doing spots. Now I'm totally at the point where I'm like, I don't want to see Jeff doing matches. I don't want to see Jeff wrestle. I don't want to see Jeff doing bumps or spots because it looks painful, not just for me but for him. So Jeff, if Tony Khan had half a fucking brain, he would see this and go, this is not good, and just tell Jeff, listen, I don't want to see you go out there and work because you clearly can't work. and so we're going to give you an office job. You can be a coach, you can be a trainer. It doesn't look good, people. And Matt Hardy just should have stopped wrestling 10 years ago, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, my God, watching him run down to the ring is comical.
With his
10 years ago, that means we wouldn't have gone, yes! Right, got that at least.
Okay, 5 years ago. Fair enough.
All right, I can live with that.
But, anyways, first match of the show, the 20-man blackjack battle royal for the AEW International Championship. The winner being the tribal chief, Orange Cassidy.
Oh, God. Don't mention the person that he eliminated to win the fucking thing, because that made me mad.
I have to, because it made me mad, too. Swerve Strickland had to basically sacrifice for Jesus Christ Cassidy, or Jesus Cassidy. Is that fair enough to say? Where it's like... I'm watching the fucking match, and it's like, yeah, I know it's fake, I know it's choreographed, but when both of them are fucking dangling outside the ring, trying to get back in, I'm yelling, because I'm watching two shows at the same time. I'm looking at it and going, why doesn't Swerve just, like, I don't know, fucking kick him off the fucking ramp or something, or no, the apron. Like, do something, and it's just fucking frustrating. I can't fucking stand Orange Cassidy. I'm sorry, I can't fucking stand him. I don't get it. I don't get why people like him. I don't see what people see in him. He fucking makes me angry. He makes me angry just thinking about him. I hate him. He fucking sucks.
Really?
Fuck him. Jesus Christ. He's literally Jesus Christ. He's the Jesus Christ of wrestling. Because he can't fucking get hurt. Like, I could shoot him in the face and he'll still kick at it too. I fucking hate Orange Cassidy. God damn it.
Man, that match last week with Kyle Fletcher, like, my man was getting dropped on his head and all kinds of shit, and my man was getting right back up, not selling anything. I'm like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is this? What is this shit?
If I'm these wrestlers that have to fucking sell for him and pretend that he's great, can you imagine they'd be pissed off, like, I have to sell for this guy? Like, this guy's not selling my shit, so I don't know, whatever, I'm done because I'm...
Especially a guy like Swerve, fucking beat Bronson Reed's big ass to win a title in fucking the big time. And now I have to sell this fucking Looney Boons fucking offense? I don't know.
I don't know, I'm done talking about it. Somebody else talk about it.
Yeah, I'd rather not talk about it either, honestly. Justin?
I'm not gonna say anything because I'm about to get fucking attacked here. Long story short, this was not a good battle royal. I did not like the battle royal whatsoever. I did, however, like the final four in this match. I know Big Bill was in it. It was like, I think it was Big Bill, Orange Cassidy, Swerve, and who was was Keith Lee part of the fourth one? Or Bandito? It was somebody, but whatever. I thought when it got down to the final four, I think Ricky Starks was in there too as well in that mix. It picked up a little bit. It got better. But overall, I give this match a thumbs down. But I did like the ending because it plays into Orange Cassidy's character. He was gonna go for the orange punch. He was like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna do a lazy kick to you. And, and I like how Swerve was kind of reaching for this, that, and the other, trying to reach for the rope, and he didn't get the rope, and he fell off. But there is Orange Cassidy fatigue. I would say because of the fact that, and I said this before, I think he's a good wrestler. I don't like the gimmick. But I think that when he puts that gimmick to the side, when he actually starts to go in the ring, he shows signs that he can actually sell. He can actually emote. And he can actually do some good storytelling within the ring and stuff. And, he has his moves too as well. But I think there is fatigue there now because I think Tony Khan's trying to prove a point that, hey, he is a good wrestler. Hey, he can go out there with Kyle Fletcher and have a good match. He can go out there with this guy, have a good match. You know what I mean? So I totally get that. But I think at this point, as of right now, I think they probably need to take the title off of him, just because of the fact that yes, he had a good title reign. He's had the best title reign so far with that championship. But at the same time as well, like it's like I think they did enough with the title reign for Orange Cassidy. Who is he gonna lose the title to? Maybe Swerve, maybe someone else. I don't know, but just as of right now, I think the way that they're trying to tell the story is that like Orange Cassidy has a bad hand, he has a bad back, and I think those injuries are eventually going to end up catching up to him, and in one match sooner or later he loses the title. So overall, I think the Battle Royal was a thumbs down for me, but I did enjoy the last Final Four and the last few minutes of the match.
Moving on, we have the unsanctioned match. Adam Cole with Roderick Strong and Sabu in his corner, who was the special guest enforcer, versus Chris Jericho and the JAS, Angela Parker, Matt Menard, Daniel Garcia, Jake Hagar. This was 17 minutes. Oh boy.
I didn't like this match. I didn't like this one at all.
What
they did tonight with Adam Cole and Britt Baker versus Chris Jericho and Saraya, I think they could have done that match instead of this match here, because this match was not good.
It's horrible.
There's some people in there. It was boring. Boring is probably a better word than saying not good. There was okay parts to it, but I just think it was really boring. It felt longer than what it actually was. It felt like a almost near 30-minute match. It was only like 15 minutes, 17 minutes, something like that.
It was
17 minutes, yeah. 17.
Yeah, so it felt longer than what it actually was, and if I feel that, then that's not good. But very boring match. To me, at the end of the day, it didn't really advance anything for Adam Cole, and definitely didn't advance anything for Chris Jericho. It was boring. I didn't really like it that much.
Yeah, just boring, horrible. It was just both. Not a good match at all, and terrible, piss poor build up. It's did nothing for either guy. It's just, why was Sabu there in the first place? I don't really recall Sabu really doing anything other than taking out somebody. But
like him doing a chair duel with Jericho too. So yeah.
Yeah, just bad match, bad overall match. Just Adam Cole, again, I hate to be that guy, I hate to be a size queen, but it's like the guy at this point looks sickly. To where it's like, I would actually, if I was a wrestler, I would be worried about this guy like doing a scoop slam or a body slam to me, because he just looks out of sorts. I don't know, maybe it's a health thing. Maybe he's one of those guys that physically can't bulk up even if he tried, or maybe he just doesn't want to. I don't fucking know, but it doesn't look good. The match was not very good. It was horrible. It's a worst match of the year candidate for me. But yeah, it's terrible all around. What about you, RJ?
This not good. Didn't enjoy it. I don't think the crowd enjoyed it really either, judging by the reaction. But Cole's first feud against Jericho, his first feud back should have not been against Chris Jericho. Bad idea. Should have been against somebody young that they can actually have a good, nice match with. It should have been a whole lot more better for Cole than this. Like Jericho, he's a fucking vampire. Like, he's a clout vampire. Anything trendy and
that's like the line.
Fucking, he goes in and he has to fucking feud with the fucking person, and it's just, I don't know, man. Not good. Like, Cole should have been feuding with somebody else. But that's just me.
Let me just ask for argument's sake. Who? If you had to pick somebody, who would you have him feud with instead of Jericho?
I would have had him feud with Swerve. That would have been something nice. That would have been something cool.
Yeah. There you go.
AEW loves doing insider terms and shit like that, right? Like, you could have cooked up anything. And Cole and Swerve are boys. He's always on his. I think he's did the most episodes on his podcast and shit like that. Like, Swerve and Cole are really, really tight. And if you wanted to add a little bit of Ring of Honor element to it, you could have done a thing where you could have had Prince Nana be like, "Oh, Cole, I was watching you ever since you was 19. I wanted you in the embassy, but you blew me off, and this, that, and the other." Like, he could have done something like that. Or here's another feud you could have done too. Could have had Adam Cole go up against the Kingdom. You could have had Adam Cole go up against the Kingdom. Because what the fuck are Matt and Mike doing?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
But a lot, they're in Ring of Honor, but a lot of people will start like, I can see people. Now, I would have been okay with it, but there have been some people like, oh, a Ring of Honor feud. This is a Ring of Honor feud. You know what I mean? They'll start making that excuse and like, and plus, there's people out there don't even know who Mike Bennett is or who fucking Matt Taven is anyway. So,
and that's Tony Khan's. That's why Tony Khan is not the Booker of the Year. Because how does your audience not know the wrestlers on your roster?
No. Well, it's not because of Tony Khan. It's because people don't fucking pay attention to. They don't pay attention to wrestling outside of two companies, and they choose not to.
But he's got access to him. Put him on TV.
But they're signing a Ring of Honor. But they're not signing a Ring of Honor. But they are more prominent Ring of Honor talent than. I see what you're saying, and I agree. But it's like, okay, are you taking this Ring of Honor talent, put them on AEW? Are they going to be on AEW permanently now, or are they just going to go back to Ring of Honor afterwards? And that'll create that confusion.
Honestly, put them on AEW. They're beyond Ring of Honor.
I agree.
What can the Kingdom do for Ring of Honor at this point?
I agree.
What Ring of Honor should be? This is what Ring of Honor should be. Put all the green guys that you don't want to put on AEW, Dynamite, or Collision. Put all those guys on there while getting younger talent who are like free agents or some of these people fresh out of QT Marshall's school. Then you sprinkle just a couple of veterans from Ring of Honor's past in there to kind of, have that nice little mix there. And boom, there you go.
I agree.
Kingdom should be on AEW TV.
So, I mean, I guess that's like a Serpentico and Ryan Nemeth and all, and those fuckers. Like,
those are guys that should be in Ring of Honor.
Or Ring of Honor, exactly. Yeah, no, I agree. The Kingdom should be on AEW. It's just that what Tony Khan is trying to do is he's keeping them on fucking Ring of Honor, and they're considered Ring of Honor talent. So I don't know.
That's the Booker of the Year for you people.
So anyway,
but yeah, I think that could have been a nice little personal feud too, and that could have been a nice sell to get people to want to watch Ring of Honor to pay for the Ring of Honor World stuff, right?
But at the end of the day, people were probably going to complain regardless, though. They're like, no, you got with Egan. How come you can't feud with Chris Jericho? Like, no one could have been happy with that, regardless of whoever he feuds with. Like,
if I had to pick a guy that's name starts with a Chris for Adam Cole to feud, it would have been Christian. I would have seen that. That would have been nice.
Yeah, that would have. Yep.
Jericho is just, I don't know. I'm just ready for him to retire and go. He's another one that needs to go home, in my opinion.
I said a while ago, I think Christian would be a much better guy to help the younger guys than Jericho would. Like, I would instantaneously replace Christian in Jericho's spot.
Look at Luchasaurus has toned down the stupid kicks and all the giant man lucha shit he was trying to do. He's toned it down a lot. There's still some work to do, but he's toned it down a lot. I think Christian has something to do with that. Christian put it to the side and be like, "Hey, motherfucker, there's not a lot of guys in this business nowadays that wants to be monsters. Just be a fucking monster." What we see all the time, Drew? Work like a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a big guy.
A big guy.
A big guy, for fuck's sake.
I mean, because like you look at the difference in Christian and Jericho is Christian knows what works, and he's not going to be a pushover. Whereas Jericho is very much in that mindset of like, I want everybody to like me.
He wants to be down with the cool kids.
I want the cool kids to think I'm cool, And he's very much in his midlife crisis phase.
He wants all the cool kids to think he's cool, but no, he's balding in the front. Yeah, good luck with that, Chris. So good luck with that, buddy.
Yeah, Christian and Edge, they both know what works.
take somebody over with a side headlock and his belt pops. Yeah, sure.
And inviting Kylie Ray into the bathroom when she doesn't want to come in. Anyways,
Oh, whoa.
whoa, hey. Next is AEW World Tag Team match. Or Tag Team Championship match, I'm sorry. FTR versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal with Karen Jarrett, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh. Mark Briscoe was the special guest referee.
Yeah, I was kind of watching NXT a little bit more at this point because I think this was happening during I think the Dragunov match was still happening during this time frame. I think.
Might have been.
Yeah, so I didn't see all of it, but what I did see, because I had on both screens and I beat one over the other. But when I was glancing at it, I was like, oh, okay, but you know. From the reviews I saw, and I take it from, and I look at multiple people's shit. Like, I just don't look at one person. Like, oh, I take gospel. I saw that this match was pretty good for the most part, but I can't really vouch and say that. I did see the Karen Jarrett hitting Aubrey Edwards in the head with the guitar. I know some people love that because they hate Aubrey Edwards, which is whatever. But at the end of the day, though, I mean, FTR won, so I mean, that's that.
It was what it was. Like, I mean, there was the thing with Max Caster where he made the joke about Rhea to Buddy, saying that your girl's getting cucked out by another guy named Dominic. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Wait, what?
Oh wait, am I doing the wrong match? Okay, never mind. Wrong match.
You're like 5 matches ahead.
Yeah, that
just shows how much I remember this match. That I'm confusing it with another match. That was probably better, but yeah, just I didn't care. Didn't care. You know, Aubrey, Horseface McGee getting hit in the face with the guitar. I cackled with that shit. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. Other than that, the rest of this match was, it was all right.
Yeah, another just overbooked mess, which is the story of Jeff Jarrett's career. Honestly, when you really think about it, this motherfucker cannot have a match without a ref going down. That's the story of a Jeff Jarrett match. It's just, I don't know.
I'm back, baby.
I'm back, baby. Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Slap nuts. Ain't I great? Karen, come home and slap my nuts. Trust me, I tolerate Jeff Jarrett, enough now, throughout the internet memes of him now. So I'm kind of warm to Jeff Jarrett, and I wanted him and Jay Lethal to actually win this match, but it's just, to me, it was overbooked, and Don Stevens there getting hit in the face with the guitar popped the shit out of me. And then what also popped the shit out of me is that Karen immediately fell over right after.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck happened?
It was fucking great. Because I can't stand Karen either. But it was just an overbooked mess. And Jeff Jarrett did not get the win, so I'm pretty sad about that. But it is what it is. Yeah, it was just overbooked. Just, I don't know.
Next is the ladder match for the AEW TNT Championship. Wardlow versus Christian Cage.
Love Christian being a
Christian Cage.
I love Christian being a fucking turtleneck.
I fucking love that.
Wrestling in a turtleneck.
Fucking amazing, yeah. This match ain't gonna do nothing for Wardlow though. I can tell you that.
No.
He's
I mean, even him doing like the dive like off Swanton dive. That was a fucking great spot though. So like,
great.
Yeah, that did look good, but yeah, outside of that, man, like it was a lackluster I won't even say lackluster. It was okay. It was okay for what it was. It wasn't. It was a ladder match. That's all I can really say. It was a ladder match, but it's not gonna be memorable at the end of the day. It's not gonna be like one I'll remember, like 2 years from now or 3 years from now or anything like that.
The only thing memorable about it was Arn Anderson looking like he was about to gore Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
And then just bit off his fingers like they were fucking chicken fingers. But yeah, this match wasn't anything special. Yeah, the Swanton I guess was okay. Wardlow just the train has left the station for Wardlow months ago.
Which is a fucking shame, man.
Like it just I remember an episode of Soup when Joe asked Mish a question like about Wardlow. Do you remember when Wardlow was over? And Mish just went no, and Joe goes, yeah, neither does he. Like this.
That's kind of yeah. I don't agree with that assessment because he was over when he was feuding with MJF. The beginning part of it, but outside of that, like yeah, I agree.
No, yeah, the guy was over. The guy was over, but I guess the point I'm making for Joe Numbers is that it almost seems like Wardlow doesn't remember when he was over. Like this guy was fucking Goldberg at one point. Like this could have been your guy that could have main evented, All Out or whatever, All In or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But just I don't know. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's creative. It almost seems like it might be a mix of both, or might even him.
I think that to me, Wardlow doesn't work as a babyface. That's number one. Number two, he needs someone else to talk for him. He needs a mouthpiece. He's not a good talker.
Isn't that why you got Arn Anderson with him?
He's not a good talker whatsoever. To me, at least. He needs to be a heel. He needs to just be that badass, kind of like we was doing with MJF, right? But just do that as a heel. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, like there's still potential there. Like I mean, it ain't never over with somebody. Anybody in wrestling can revitalize themselves, right? Look at fucking Matt Cardona, right? Like he's having the best run of his life, and it's on the Indies. Some people see it, some people don't see it, but you can't tell me that Matt Cardona is not better than what he was when he was Zack Ryder in fucking WWE. Like he's clearly a much better, a more hotter individual, and maybe that's something that Wardlow needs to do. Maybe he needs to not necessarily go back to drawing board, but just kind of make some tweaks. And he's a good looking guy, young guy. You know what I mean? He's damn good in the ring for his size. Like he has it. He has the tools to be there. It's just that he just needs to. The babyface thing is not working out for him. He just needs to be a full on, powerhouse heel. No pun intended for powerhouse Hobbs, but you get my drift. You know what I mean? Kind of like a Batista in 2004 type of thing.
Right.
Or even between 10 Batista, actually.
I mean, if they want to give him a character change, I'm all for it. Just anything that can help the guy, because the guy's lost so much momentum. Yeah. Like, he's floundering. He needs something. But, RJ, what'd you think?
I think the match was, like you said, didn't do Wardlow any favors. Just didn't. And Christian tried. Christian tried the best he could. He really did. And being a fan of both of these guys, because Lord knows I love Christian, and I like what he's doing right now. He's found a way to evolve himself, which is always good. That's a good trick that a vet can have in this business, to constantly evolve and freshen himself up. Christian's one of those guys that's willing to do that. But Wardlow, this is doing nothing for him, man. It feels like he's carrying a dead title. I think.
Yeah, the international title is the real. This is the second title in command.
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt. I would argue that the TBS and the Women's Championship is above this, honestly. But that's This is like this went from being like the Intercontinental Championship to like being like the European Championship. You know what I mean? Like it's all the way down the totem pole at this point. Now what they need to do now is, I agree with you guys. They need to maybe turn Wardlow heel again. How you do it? I know how you can do it. You can have him scoop Arn Anderson's big ass up for a powerbomb and put him right through the ring. Instant heat.
Kill him.
There you go.
Oh, boy.
Just like when Stone Cold told Benoit, "Kill that son of a bitch." At ECW One Night Stand.
Yeah, it just picks Arn Anderson up. Oh, wait a minute, hold on, what are you doing? Boom! Right through the ring, and it's over.
And then Arn comes back with his Glock and
Shit, shoots Wardlow.
yeah, I don't know if I
Right
want
on the hair.
I don't want Wardlow to die, but yeah, I mean it'll be good heat if he goes after Arn because people love Arn. I don't know about powerbombing him because I don't think Arn can take many bumps.
No, he's been retired since like '96, so no.
Right. I mean,
Officially retired, officially.
but that would be a nice way to get heat. I don't know, just like knock him on his ass, like do something, and just like beat the shit out of him. But anything that can help the guy. But all right, next match, you had the AEW Women's Championship, Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter. It's being said that Jamie Hayter was working hurt.
Yeah.
Which is why the match was so short. It was only 3 minutes and 5 seconds. What else can you say about the match? It happened.
I mean, you can't really say anything. I mean, Jamie did what she could in that time frame. I mean, obviously, it was the right decision to take the title off of her because she's hurt. You know what I mean? And I'd rather be like this than a fucking she just like drops the title randomly and just like then all of a sudden Toni Storm's like award the title or like another tournament or whatnot. So yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I can't really like blame the women due to the circumstances. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not gonna shit on that. Let's shit on them for that either.
All right. Next is the tag team match I do remember. Open House Rules 6-man tag match for the World Trios Championship. House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews of Julia defeated the Acclaimed. Just a match you thought it'd be. Fun match, decent match. Yeah, what else can you say?
Gonzo Bob, Brody King. My God. By the way, Buddy Matthews, somebody needs to do a welfare check on that fucking guy or some shit, man. Send him to some type of counseling or something, because my man is showing that his insecurities are just, I don't know, man. My man's insecure as fuck when it comes to the Rhea and Dom shit, man.
You know what? I'm gonna call it right now.
Don't say what I said last week. Don't say what I said last week.
I called this with the Cora Jade Christian Blake thing. That relationship's about to be over. And Rhea's gonna be finding someone else soon. So I don't know who she'll find, but
bro, I said the same thing last week on me and Monty show.
I predicted that Cora Jade and Christian Blake thing. I was spot on the money with that.
There you were.
Because when I said as soon as Christian Blake left NXT, I was like, oh yeah, that relationship's over. Like, and yeah, you can see Cora Jade just like starting to get a little hotter and hotter, taking more spicy pictures, and you can see the hotness just spewing through her skin. Yeah, it's over for you. It's over for you, mate.
And lo and behold, Braun Breaker, he's
who all night long on that pussy.
He's breaking something all right.
Yeah,
yeah, but I took it a step further. I was like, don't be surprised if Rhea and Dom actually do get together in real life.
but is it Dom isn't in a relationship, I think, right now.
Yeah, he's engaged to be married, but you don't see his fiance tripping and acting all, you know what I'm saying? You don't see her acting all
I don't know. I mean, I may be wrong, but like I don't know. I don't know if Dom's gonna be that guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though I could totally see it happen, but
right,
still.
human emotions sometimes.
Yeah, true. But as far as this match, I will say that up to this point, this was probably my favorite match of the show.
Yeah.
Up to this point, and it wasn't like a great match or anything like that, but
it was good. It was good standard stuff.
Yeah, it was good standard stuff. The House of Black looked great here. Mm-hmm. The Acclaim, they're a very good tag team. Billy Gunn can still go in the ring. You know what I mean? So,
and Billy looks in good shape, and Billy doesn't embarrass himself either. People.
There you go. So, yeah, difference between the difference between Billy Gunn and Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy doesn't look great. He looks like he's lost a step. Billy Gunn, you know, you can tell he's definitely lost a step, but like he can still put together a match if he needs to. So
yeah, exactly. And Jungle Boy doesn't want to listen to Billy Gunn. Fuck off. That's really why Roosh beat his ass a couple weeks ago.
Anyway, well, but I did like this match though. So there you go.
Tony Khan, book Roosh versus Jungle Boy again for next week, please.
just so he can get his ass beat.
Just so he can get his ass beat and get his balls grabbed again. So I was like, wait, what? Roosh grabbed his dick, man. Yeah, I didn't see that. I couldn't believe it. See, I didn't even see that part when I first watched it. And Logan was like, you forgot to mention something. I was like, what you mean? She's like, Jungle Boy got his dick grabbed by that dude with the curly hair. And I'm like, what? I said, no, stop it. She said, go back and watch the match. And I went back and watched it. Sure enough, she grabbed his balls. And Taz was like, oh, cup check. I was like, no fucking way. That's crazy.
All right. Next match, or matches, I guess. AEW TBS Championship, Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie. This was not a good match. It seemed like these two were wrestling underwater because they were just really slow with their moves. And it's Jade, so what can you expect? And Taya has really lost a step since. Even before she's lost a step since Impact. I'll put it that way. So this is not a good match. This is the opposite of a good match. This was I wouldn't even say it was a bad match. It was just not a very good match. And then afterwards, Mark Sterling, for whatever reason, threw out an open challenge, and Chris Statlander came out and took the challenge and then beat Jade Cargill to end her reign. So she's the new TBS champion. I don't know. What else can you say about the match?
I'm a little bit. I think I liked the match a little bit better than you. Now, again, I didn't think it was a great match or anything like that. I didn't think it was like fucking match of the year. I thought it was passable. Not even good, but just passable. They did what they needed to do in this match here. It was a very short match. Yeah, and granted, Jade won, which was as expected, but I don't think anybody was seeing Chris Statlander coming back. But to me, a lot of people were questioning, well, why Chris Statlander just beat Jade like that? Well, I think AEW is just afraid that Chris Statlander will get injured again before they get to that match, so they want to give her the belt now. So in that sense, I understand it. But at the same time, they could at least maybe give us a week or two and just to have Chris Statlander not wrestle and have that be her first match back. Then do something like that there. So, that's really my only complaint about the whole situation is that because you had Jade, who's been undefeated for 2 years now, 2.5 years, however long it was, and you just have her lose in this fashion, and this is where my kayfabe side comes out here, and I have to ask this question because I have to ask questions. Who signed the contract? Who sanctioned this match? I know. Mark Sterling said that, she'd wrestle anybody, anywhere, anytime. That's fine. But who sanctioned it? Who actually signed off on this? Was there like an open challenge backstage? Like, hey, get this contract here, sign it real quick. Like, to me, it's kind of like, not believable for me. But, at the end of the day, though, I mean, like I said, I wish it could have been built up more, a couple weeks at least. You know what I mean? Maybe they could have done it, a couple weeks out. Maybe that could have been, that could have been a good match for the first Collision as well, right? To have on the first Collision, have a reason to watch, and that'll be a good moment for the first Collision, along with CM Punk coming back. But at the end of the day, I get it. They're just afraid that, Chris Statlander will get injured again. You know what I mean? So, which I totally understand at the end of the day. But the match overall, I thought the match overall was passable for Jade and I was gonna call Lyra Valkyria, Taya Valkyrie.
All right, RJ, what'd you think?
That's what I think. And as far as them rushing Chris Statlander back, well, let's just say they couldn't take any more chances by waiting any longer.
Yeah,
he just couldn't. Drew, the quote on boy, he just couldn't hold it anymore. Tony Khan couldn't hold it anymore. He had to let it go.
I can't hold it no more. Oh god.
And I like Chris Statlander too.
Me too. I like Statlander. I
like her, man. So but, she deserves. I think she deserves this, but at the same time, she deserves better than this particular moment right here. I think she deserved an actual full proper match, with Jade build. With a proper build, exactly. So but hey, Layla Gray was out there.
Oh, speaking of, I can't hold it anymore.
I cannot hold it anymore.
Ooh, you get me in a room with Layla Gray for 5 minutes, I don't think I can hold it anymore.
It ain't gotta be 5 minutes for me. Give me 25 seconds. give me 25 seconds and 3 pumps.
My goodness.
Just saying. If you know what I mean, that'd be fucking like a goddamn oil spill. You know what I mean? be like the fucking Val Venus entrance video.
Hello, ladies.
Volcano shoots in the sky.
There you go, right?
The screw getting driven into the hole.
You know what I mean? The fucking hot dog in the bun.
The fucking flower rising.
There you go.
Just to making a funny orgasmic face.
Yeah, I'm in the bathtub, just like
the thing about Spinebuster Tees is I'm like a Rubik's Cube. The more you play with me, the harder I get.
I remember that. I got kicked out of class for saying that one time. The teacher looked at me and goes, "You're out of here." Oh, man. Everybody was like, he ain't really. Oh, that was great. It was funny.
Oh, man.
Well, I got kicked out of class for worse, but I mean, Jesus. But, damn.
All right. So, after that match, this is where I tuned out. So you guys are gonna have to maybe pick up the slack on this one because I don't remember these. As a matter of fact, this is when I tuned out officially.
Oh, you didn't watch the last 2 matches?
Yeah, because it was already getting late. I'm like, you know what? I can't with this show anymore. It was already terrible. But
I would say last 2 matches saved the show.
Yeah, last 2 matches did save the show.
They 2 damn good matches. But yeah.
Yeah, but next match was the 4-way for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. MJF, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, Jungle Jack, Jumpin', Jiminy Cricket, Perry. Oh boy. Before the match, Sammy announced him and Taya will be expecting, so good for them. But what'd you guys think of the match?
I really liked this match. I really did. I think that like a lot of people were kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Hesitant about this match if these guys would deliver in this match. I thought these guys all delivered well. I thought everyone, got their shit in, as they say. Sammy looked good here. Darby looked very good in this match. Jungle Boy looked good in this match here as well. There was a lot of good false finishes as well. Good saves in this match. Lot of great stuff here. MJF wins, obviously, because he obviously was going to win this match here, but there wasn't any doubt, but they try to tease it, like if someone was going to, become champion here, like Jungle Boy had a good chance, Darby had a good chance, so I really like this match. I thought they all meshed well together here. This is going to be a match that they look at 3, 4, 5 years down the line where, maybe at one point Sammy Guevara's a champion and Darby Allin's definitely going to be a fucking AEW champion at some point. Like he's basically like the Jeff Hardy of AEW as of right now. So, but yeah, very good match. Very, very, very good match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This was my third best match of the weekend, outside of the main event and Ilya and Dijak.
Yeah, I thought this is, I typically don't like 4-way matches. I don't like 4-way matches, but I thought this was a good 4-way match. I thought all 4 guys did what they had to do in order to get something that was really good out of this fucking program, because I felt like this program was dragging after a while.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think the match is one of those instances, again, where getting to the match has been the tough part. But now we're here at the match. And the match delivered. I thought they did some really good stuff. I like the fact that all 4 of them paid homage, as they say on television, to all 4 of their mentors or somebody that they had history with.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes, that's a big talking point in that match too, as well. Like how they paid homage. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty. That was really neat. It was really neat, and I just thought it was good. I thought it was really good stuff, man. So, I think MJF and Darby should be the feud moving forward. I didn't watch Dynamite tonight, so I don't know if they followed up on that. But yeah,
MJF wasn't there. He just kind of like a backstage promo, but there was no advancement with the world title. It was focused around Jericho and Britt Baker. Not Britt Baker. Well, I mean, she was in the match too, but Jericho and Adam Cole and a few other things on the show. Oh yeah, and also Don Callis and fucking Takeshita and Adam Page said that Kenny Omega is not in the country, but he's not in Canada either. So kind of alluding to Ibushi maybe coming in. So
they're gonna do the Golden Lovers versus Takeshita and who?
I think.
Takeshita is joining Big Black Combat Club.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good idea. I mean, I have no idea. I don't know. We'll have to wait to get there because that's going to be for Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
So
which is good. I'd rather Takeshita not be a part of that group. I'd rather Shuta Umino be a part of that group.
Oh yes.
Because I mean, at least my feelings for Moxley aside, at least that makes sense. That's his young boy.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yep.
So, yeah, but yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good heavyweight championship match. I think they were also trying to prove a point that maybe they should have main evented the show. So I think they had a little extra fire in their belly, and I thought this was fine. I thought it was a really fine main event.
I think a lot of people were saying this match should have main evented, and yes, obviously because it's the world title, right? But if you look at Double or Nothing, the World Heavyweight Championship only main event one time at Double or Nothing.
That is true.
So most of them has been like an Anarchy Arena or Stadium Stampede.
Stadium Stampede.
And I'm not going to count the first Double or Nothing because they didn't have the title yet. So,
all right. Now we get to the main event, Anarchy in the Arena match. You have the Elite, Kenneth Omega, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Hangman Adam Page versus the Blackface Combat Club, Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, I can't say his name. Claudio Castagnoli. Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta.
You gotta say it right. Drew Castiglione.
Catches dick. Catches dick, Leoli. Being played to the ring by Violent Idols, and for whatever reason, the band was wearing blackface. I don't know why. Because
that's like the gimmick or whatever. That's what that band does.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever floats their boat, I guess. I'm not a fan of Violent Idols, so I don't know.
Well, they did Jon Moxley's theme, his first theme in AEW.
Yeah.
Which was a lot better than the Wild Thing theme, in my opinion. But
no, they did Wild Thing.
Well, no, I'm saying like his first theme in AEW, and then that's when Moxley switched to Wild Thing.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But that's just me. But yeah, what you guys think?
I mean, I did get annoyed at it. Took me out the beginning of the match because they played Wild Thing like 3 times in a row. I kind of, this is one thing I don't like about AEW, like, and WWE does this too as well. So like, no one's fucking innocent here. But whenever they do a good thing one year, whenever a good thing happens, they always try to overexpose it. So last year they played Wild Thing, like it was like 2 or 3 times, however many times it was, during the Stamps, Anarchy and Urea match. And they did it again this year with the live band, and it was like, okay, we did this last year, like, I get it, the fans pop for it, but it was, God, man, like, I didn't like that right there. Did like when the Young Bucks super kicked them to end it. I thought that was, pretty funny, a little funny ha-ha type of thing. But outside of that, the match itself, once that ended, it got fucking brutal. Mostly everyone was bleeding for the most part. Moxley, believe it or not, I know this one thing. Whenever there's matches like this, when there's like a lot of blood, Moxley doesn't bleed, but he bleeds on a regular Wednesday night or whatever. But you need to hear it there. Like that's one thing. I'm like, that's very weird. But anyway, but yeah, no, a lot of good stuff in this match, a lot of good spots. I am kind of pissed off that we didn't get to see more red eye patch Hangman. That's I mean, they should have went with that for a while. I hate they just took his eye patch off. It's like, oh, his eye's healed now or whatnot. They should have kept that going for at least a couple more weeks. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, good stuff here. I love the 4 dives on the outside there. Obviously, the super kick with the Young Bucks there. Matt Jackson, he does. This is like a tradition now for these types of matches where he does the Northern Light suplex. I mean, he was doing it like on the on the 50-yard line. They cut away. He's doing like a touchdown, but like he did all the way down the ramp. Moxley suplexing Omega into like that poker chip with barbed wire in it. Claudio doing the fucking spin and the fucking screwdrivers and shit. Fucking power driver on the fucking that Claudio did to Matt Jackson in the back of a pickup truck. That looked pretty brutal. Not to mention the fucking thumbtack spot. Fucking Matt Jackson's feet in the fucking thumbtack. So, Moxley hates Matt Jackson's feet. He hates Joy Janela's feet as well. So there's that. Obviously the fucking exploding super kick, like, wasn't expecting that shit. And, the very end with Takeshita, coming out to help Don Callis, it was, if you've been paying attention, that you had a feeling that was coming, but it finally came, and now this begins the next feud with Takeshita and Omega and Ibushi, and maybe I can't think of that 4th person, so we'll probably get some Probably get some news about that over the next couple weeks, though. But I really enjoyed this match. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I watched EC fucking W, and this reminds me of EC fucking W. Plus a little bit of theatrics of the sports entertainment as well. So I thought this was a very good match. I don't know if it was a 5-star match. I know Meltzer's probably gonna give us like a 5.5, 6-star match, but I really like this match though overall. Very good, best match of the show of the night to me as far as AEW is concerned.
RJ.
Tommy King has a fat ass. Jesus Christ. Like, seriously. This woman's ass is, like, really fat. But, we're talking about wrestling, right? Jon Moxley. Oh, my God. I tell you what. Bryan Danielson. Jesus Christ. This dude's got a funny glutton of punishment, right? How about the spot when my man was getting his nuts dragged against the goddamn...
oh, yes.
Oh, my God. I was like, oh, dude, what are you doing? Like, oh, no.
They ain't making no more kids with fucking Brie.
Cup on or cup off. I ain't doing that. Fuck that. Jesus Christ. Nah, forget it. But nah, it was wacky fun. Like I'm not one of these guys, Extreme Rules match, blah, blah, blah. Because, Justin, I'm with you. Like, I watched ECW. I grew up on...
If this match happened in WWE, people will fucking love it. This, like, it's just because that, you know... Again, tribalism, right? Like, there's some people who love WWE who doesn't really like AEW matches. Some people who love AEW who doesn't really like WWE. So if one match happened in another company, it's gonna be polarizing regardless. So there you go.
Right. But I grew up on CZW and fucking. I'm not really a big fan of GCW, but I grew up on ECW and CZW. So like I can do the hardcore shit.
Right. And in comparison to that, like ECW, like this is tame.
It was tame, but this whole thing, it called for it. It called for it. It's not like it was just a match just to happen.
Yep.
And I thought it was fun. And that's all you can want in a main event pay-per-view. You got this faction war going on here, and Takeshita, being with Don Callis, it makes sense. They, like you said, they've been teasing it for a while, and they paid off that tease Sunday. And we have to see what they're going forward with that. But yeah, I want Moxley to kick out Wheeler Yuta and put in fucking Yuta.
Sure.
Get you Wheeler Useless out of there, man. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, he got the roll up win too. So on Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega, what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
I thought that was just. I'm like.
I mean, Bronson Reed beat Okada too.
Well, at least Bronson Reed is a believable.
Oh yeah, no, I get you, but I'm just saying, like, the unlikely person beats like the major star. You know what I mean? So yeah. But
yeah, I thought it was fun.
I really liked the match though. It was great.
I think Drew would have hated it though if he would have saw it. Drew would have been like, fuck this. Especially Moxley. Moxley would have had a fit.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Monty does not like John Moxley. No, he said the other day, verbatim, word for word, I hate this man. So I knew
I had two people in my shop over the weekend. One was looking at a John Moxley figure, and another guy came in. He was like, "Oh, I fucking hate John Moxley." And the other guy that was looking at the John Moxley figure, he was like, what did he say? He was like, fuck, I forgot what he said. But he was supporting John Moxley. I was like, guys, like chill, just wrestling. Like, at the end of the day, just wrestling, guys. Like, like what you like, hate what you hate, but just. Yeah. Just know that these guys are fucking like killing themselves for you.
Yeah.
Except Moxley does a little bit too much.
Yeah, he does a little too much when he doesn't need to sometimes, and but all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, bro, just save it for the pay-per-view, man. Save it for the pay-per-view.
He bleeds during interviews. That's how bad it is.
I made a joke that he when he wakes up in the morning, like he He takes a shower, he eats breakfast, he cuts himself in the mirror. The normal shit.
Yeah, definitely. And Renee, what the fuck? Renee does not like him doing this shit at all.
Oh man,
you can tell that Renee would rather him not do this.
She married him.
The way she be reacting on, well, she married him as Dean Ambrose. She wasn't looking for John Moxley.
I
Now she
mean,
got John Moxley, and now John Moxley's doing all this crazy shit.
I have a joke about them, but
Uh-oh.
fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Between John and Renee, who do you think bleeds more?
Well, that'd be good Moxley, sir.
I figured. Oh boy, that didn't land well. But Moxley. But that was Double or Nothing, people. What is your overall letter grade or number grade for this event?
Last two matches saved the show for me. With that being said, I rank it third out of all the pay-per-views. If these last two matches didn't happen, this would have been probably the worst AEW pay-per-view of all time. So I give it a 7 out of 10.
Right.
Yeah, I give it a 6.5. To be quite honest with you, the last two matches definitely saved it. And I don't know. I just didn't enjoy this one. I didn't enjoy this one like I've enjoyed. Revolution was good. I liked Revolution. Revolution was really good.
Show. Yeah.
And this, compared to that, was Boo Boo. It was Kaka. It was Basura. It was.
Basura.
It wasn't what it needed to be. It wasn't what it needed to be.
Would you say that? I hear some people saying that this is the worst AEW pay-per-view of all time. It's definitely bottom tier. I think it's bottom 2 or 3 for sure. But the Revolution with the Bob explain Bob Wire, was it 2022 last year? No, 21.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah, no, that was a bad show.
Yeah.
that was a real bad show.
That's when I first started working at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
not good.
this gets an F from me, unfortunately. Sorry, guys.
Maybe fortunately for you.
What was that?
I say maybe it's fortunately for you.
Yeah, fortunately, it's an F. But then best match of the night, worst match of the night choices.
I will say the main event's for me the best. You can say the main event or the AEW World Title, like either or. It's like, you can like it for either reason. But I'm gonna go with the main event because I'm gonna remember that match more than I'm gonna remember the 4 pillars. The worst match of the show, the Adam Cole Chris Jericho match. I didn't like that match at all.
Go for it.
The best match was Keisha Grey and Carly Gray. Excuse me, wrong. The best match was the it was the 4-way match for me. I enjoyed that one a whole lot better. It was what a world championship match should be, especially considering it was a 4-way match. So I thought it was good. The worst match, oh my god, you take your fucking pick at this point. I don't even know which one was worse. I really don't know, but all I know is that all those other matches before the trios match could shove it. They can fucking shove it. Jesus Christ. Except for the women's match, like I said, Hayter was hurt. There was it wasn't much that.
It was that was out of our hands for that. Yeah.
So that's excusable. That's excusable. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna beat down their throats on that. They did what they did with considering the circumstances. So
I want to be down their throats for another reason.
I would give them a hard time for another reason too. I would give them a hard time. But especially, geez,
did you get it? Did you get it? He's talking about fucking.
Tony Storm's ass is getting bigger again, and I'm loving all of it.
Well, you know why, right? Yeah, because she's fucking rough on.
Juice Robinson.
Yeah, he's rock hard.
Man, he's rock hard all the time.
There you go.
Get it? That's why he starts growling like a fucking gremlin when he beats people up in the fucking ring or backstage. Juice Robinson. I don't know, man.
He's definitely got the juice.
He's got the juice, all right.
The juice, baby.
That's right.
Give me.
As long as he ain't asking Jay White to kiss him, I think we'd be good.
Kiss
me, Jay.
Kiss me, Jay. Come on, Jay. One kiss. Just one kiss. And then you just see Kenny. I'll give you a kiss. No.
Oh.
No, Kenny.
No.
But yeah, worst match of the night. The Adam Cole Jericho match. That was just awful, just straight up awful and boring, like Justin said. What?
Yo, that match is gonna be awesome. Killer Kelly versus Masha Slamovich in a dog collar match, man.
Oh yeah. I saw that too. That's gonna. Oh yeah.
I love.
Oh
that.
yeah. You talking me? We're just talking about ass right now. Killer Kelly. I mean, goddamn.
That's my girl. I love me some Killer. I got two of her shirts in my closet.
She's awesome.
And then the best match of the night. I don't even know what I would pick as best match. Maybe the 6-man tag.
Oh, I know. Angela White versus Violet Myers.
All right, that's my match of the night, people. Match of the night, people. Look that up. I mean, does it compare with Rhea pegging Natalya in the ring?
I think they went a little hardcore. So
Speaking of Rhea, I was kind of actually about to put this in the chat right now. I'm working on a new T-shirt design, and I think I'm kind of almost done with it. I just don't like the font. Maybe I'm being hard on myself, but I'll post it real quick and see what y'all think. And yeah,
that's good. That's really good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see what I can do to get it up on SpinebusterTees.com.
It's like you better get it up for Rhea.
Get it up for mommy.
that should be a catchphrase for her. You better get it up for mommy.
Jesus. Are you hot for mommy?
Imagine she just cuts a promo saying that shit.
Are you gonna fuck mommy? Like, oh, like shit. Like, is this WWE or
fucking for mommy? Oh yeah.
Shit. Good God.
Who here wants to be a good boy for mommy?
Are
you gonna let mommy fuck you? Like, holy shit. Like, please fuck me, mommy.
Like that cutscene from a Family Guy where the puppet master was trying to get Pinocchio to lie. He'd be bent over like that in front of Rhea. Are you sure you didn't toot the cookie? Because if he did, it's all good.
No, Papa. You know, if you lied, you can get away with it.
I took it.
Oh man, but it's getting a little late. We're a little over 3 hours. I don't know if you wanted to still talk about Raw and NXT or maybe.
God no. I don't even want to talk about fucking Raw. Why?
But fuck Raw. Raw was kind of bleh. But let's just kind of like run over some highlights of NXT and then we'll just call it a night. So what happened? The beginning of the night, you had Gigi Dolan versus JC Jane in a weaponized steel cage match. It was fun for what it was. I don't know, something about it just didn't click for me personally. But
yeah, it was. I don't think it was brutal enough for what it was meant to be.
Yeah, and Gigi I think has a history of doing that kind of shit. So Gigi won, even though I would have went with JC. I prefer JC. She has the look.
Yeah,
she has the talent. She can talk.
I get it, but Gigi needed to get her win back. It was either that. It's like if she lost again, then was like
Right.
Yeah.
No, I get
Yeah, it's like I won't say she'd be getting buried at that point, but it's like the conversation starts.
Right. No. I get you. Totally get you. Then Ali, I guess re-debuted on NXT during the Wesley Tyler Bate match, and came out to make the save against Joe Gacy. So Ali probably getting the best reaction that I've heard him got coming back to NXT. So I'm intrigued. I mean, he's a free agent according to him, but I'm
intrigued as well. Really think that I really think that he should. I really think that hopefully, I hope they keep him down there for a while.
Yeah,
like not Dolph Ziggler thing, not a New Day thing. Keep him down there for like 6 months. See what happens.
I mean,
they because you keep him on the main roster is like okay, like nothing. You're not gonna do anything with them anyway, so might as well have them down there for a little bit.
I mean, it did wonders for Finn. You know, did something for Dolph too. So I like main roster guys going to NXT. And then the Tiffany Stratton Tiffy Bration thing, I kind of want to talk a little bit about, where Tiffany needs to enunciate. What was the word I was trying to look for? Not enunciate, but like she needs more inflection in her voice, because she's still, and I get it. I guess that's kind of her gimmick still, is that she's, you know, the Valley Girl or whatever, but I don't know, just it didn't work, because she's out there saying like I'm the world champion and like doing all that kind of shit and adding Tiffy to everything, which I guess is cute, but she still kind of does that lazy jaw kind of like dialect.
She's inspired by Sharpay Evans and fucking Paris Hilton. What do you think?
Yeah.
Right, but she needs more. Even they had more inflection to their voice. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and I get. That's why I kind of hated the gimmick, because especially her, she has an opposing figure. You know, she has big shoulders and fucking. She's tall as fuck and talking all soft like that. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Speaking of you know, a big figure. Look at this bullshit I just saw on fucking Twitter. I hate Twitter. What is this shit?
Uh-oh.
What is that?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's Ice Spice and Teresa trading boobs in air.
Good
Wow.
Lord.
That is extremely random, but
It is.
I mean, I don't know. Just I like Tiffany, but she needs to work on her promos. But and then afterwards, Blair Davenport revealed herself as the attacker against Danny Palmer and the rest of the women's division. So Blair Davenport's back, so good for her.
Booker T said, huh? Who? What?
He was. You know what? That's hilarious, because like he was so quiet, and Vic Joseph was all like, "It's Blair Davenport," and Booker T's like, like you could. Booker T is the fucking best, man. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody says about it. He's the fucking best.
Why's she doing that?
What's she here for, Vic? Huh?
Yes, we got
Man's business.
Come on, man.
Vic, stop playing. Stop playing, Vic.
She stopped playing around her food and just eat the damn thing. But
Oh man.
and just a bunch of bullshit matches. The main event was Carmelo Hayes versus Noam Dar. Good match, as what you expect. Trick Williams got thrown out after fighting with what the fuck's his name?
Mensa.
Or Mensa, and then
I was about to call him Miguel.
Miguel. Hayes gets the win as he goes upstage. As you see the logo on the bottom right hand corner go on, you see him get attacked by somebody. It's Baron Corbin. So Baron Corbin is back in NXT. He's a free agent. Which
sense.
I had time to think about it. I'm like, this. I mean, it's not a bad idea to put Baron Corbin in NXT. I mean, one thing about Baron Corbin, I'll give him credit for, is he at least gets how to be a heel. He at least gets the heel shit.
Yeah.
And going in NXT can maybe help him, and it can maybe even help Hayes, especially since Hayes is still rather new as a babyface.
Yeah.
And so having him go against a guy that everybody universally hates, I think could really help him be more of a sympathetic babyface. And maybe have a different match than Hayes is used to, because Corbin is not a, what do you call it? He's more of a brawler. He's a brawler and less of an actual like technical mat wrestler, whereas Hayes.
But Corbin works better with smaller guys, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not going to be a sense where Corbin's going to slow him up.
Right, and that end of days look like really fucking good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That move is good.
They're gonna make each other look good. I had no problems. I hate certain people certain wrestling fans. They whine about everything, and I'm gonna call this dude out right here, right now. This dude named Alo Arnold. Jesus Christ. Nothing makes this dude happy, from AEW to WWE to Impact. Nothing makes him happy.
Who the fuck is that?
Some dude that's like on Facebook and Instagram with me in some of my groups.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a prominent name, like on Twitter or some shit like that. Like, fuck.
No. He bitches about everything. Why is Baron Corbin on NXT? Well, first and foremost, Carmelo Hayes needs another opponent. They don't have a top heel right now that can go up against him. It's too early to turn Trick Williams against him, and I think the crowd wants to like Trick Williams. I don't think they should like turn Trick Williams against Carmelo Hayes, especially not right now. So you have that in your back pocket for the future. You don't blow your load on that too quickly. And plus, Baron Corbin's a free agent. Why not use and exploit that free agent card by having him go down there and work a program with Carmelo Hayes for a month and some change? What's so wrong with that? Like, it makes sense. That makes sense. Way more than AJ Styles just randomly showing up on Raw to team up with AJ Styles. So I don't get why you're complaining for. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move, and they need more of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Carmelo Hayes just better be lucky it wasn't Brock Lesnar that came down there and stayed.
Get alive, kid.
Get alive, kid. Come here, boy. Just Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar gonna end another black man's title reign. Brock Lesnar, the Negro killer.
Brock Lesnar.
This goddamn guy. So every time a brother gets some gold, gets some shine with some gold, man, Brock Lesnar always he's the Achilles heel there. He's taking it away. Every time a black man gets to play, he snatches it away. That's crazy.
But that was
NXT, people.
That was NXT, decent show, much better than Raw. But if you guys are on the Patreon, I just started doing some show reviews. I did a show review for Raw. That's already up there. I did one for NXT. So, and they're very short shows. They're about under 30 minutes. So, if you have time, check.
So you're gonna be doing Raw, NXT, and SmackDown.
Right. It's not gonna affect the show at all. But it's just like just more content for the Patreon. And like I mentioned, they're very short shows. I don't do any news or anything else. I just save everything for the Wednesday show. But yeah, they're up there. The NXT one was like 27 minutes. I'll be doing a SmackDown one as well. And I was like thinking in my head, like if I have time, I can see if I can do an Impact review. I've heard good things about Impact, so I want to give that a try. And I know we're like really overboard for time. I wanted to talk about Dark Side of the Ring. The season 4 premiered yesterday. About Tammy and Chris Candido and Tammy Sitch, Sonny. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch the episode, but
no, I have not. No spoilers. If you can keep it spoiler free.
I can send you a link if you're interested.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
But yeah, I mean, no spoilers. It seems weird saying no spoilers because it's about real people, but
well, yeah, I mean, just don't want to know like the details within the episode, what was said. You know what I mean? But like, I obviously know the story of it. Like, fucking Kip, or was it Skip? It was Skip, right?
I think it was Kip.
It was Kip. Okay, Skip was Tom Pritchard. But anyway.
Yeah, just overall a lot of Chris talk. Sonny wasn't on the show, I think, for legal reasons, because he even said, like,
she's in jail.
There's also a graphic saying, we reached out to Sunny, but her legal counsel advised her not to. So,
I don't know. This is kind of on topic but off topic, but it kind of reminds me, because she's in jail, but kind of reminds me of of what Trump said to Hillary. Say, you better be in jail. I hated Trump, man, but god damn it, man, that shit was fucking entertaining, man. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Entertaining for the wrong reasons.
But Chris was very well liked. It seemed like he was very well liked by a lot of people. Cornette was on it. Lance Storm, Pritchard, Mick Foley, who was very pro Tammy. Surprise, surprise. And just was talking about Chris's life before wrestling and how he met Tammy and their relationship heading into Smoky Mountain and then going to WWE. Then eventually, kind of having a career revival in TNA for a hot minute, and unfortunately, getting a blood clot. Dying of a blood clot that he got from a broken ankle. Which, I mean, I sound like a dumbass for saying this, but I learned, do not get on a plane after you just had a surgery, because that's what fucked him up. He ended up breaking his ankle in a match on pay-per-view, and instead of staying at home for surgery, he decides to fly back, and he ended up getting a blood clot in his ankle and, unfortunately died. This is back in 2005, which is right around the time when I started watching TNA. So I missed Chris Candido, unfortunately. But, the first episode is up there. I can post a link in the chat in a little bit if you want me to.
Yeah.
And everyone can watch at their leisure. So next week is going to be Magnum TA.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be really good.
Which, he's still alive, but, his career...
Yeah, I know. Just, the way his career ended in fucking car accident and fucking... He was supposed to be, like the NWA's answer to Hulk Hogan, essentially. So.
Right. He just ended up getting into a bad accident, or he had a bad injury or something?
Well, yeah, he got into a bad car accident and his career,
So Goof is posting in the chat in a 2016 interview with Chris Candido's brother. He revealed that Chris's autopsy confirmed that he did not die from a blood clot, but rather acute pneumonia brought on by a surgery. Okay. It's still fucked up. But yeah, Magnum TA should be good. It was also revealed that they were going to do Mike Awesome, but his family backed out the last minute. So, let's see. The other ones are doing, was it Bam Bam Bigelow? Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty is going to be nuts. And I forgot the other ones, but yeah, Dark Side of the Ring. Donald Trump. But anyways, guys, fun show. We did 3 hours and 42 minutes. We got a nice little show out for everybody tonight, and we will be back same time, same channel, and just 3 episodes away for episode 300. June 14th. Be there. But from everybody else, I'm Drew. He's Justin. That was your cue.
Oh, you said for everyone else. I'm sorry. Yeah, Justin. Sorry. I thought you were just speaking for us. My bad.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I know you was passing along. Your boy RJ the Brooklyn Savage, and coming in with the ones and twos.
It's like
catch us on catch me and Monty on Friday, and Trifecta Threat, on Sunday. So yeah,
and of course there's the Patreon. Just $5 a month gets you a lot of shit. It gets you shows that I do with Mr. RJ here. I also do a show with Ruben called Culture Attack. That just went up, so listen to that. I do a show with Jeff Lippman. That's usually monthly. And like I just mentioned, I'm doing review shows for Raw, and NXT, and SmackDown.
And they
those
can
are-
also find your podcast on like everywhere, right? Like Spotify, Google Play too, as well. All that other stuff too, right?
yes, sir. Everywhere, everywhere. I'm
Yeah.
everywhere.
The good
Yeah.
juicy
You-
stuff.
the YouTube channel, everything.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, so if you guys want to subscribe, it's free, and get my numbers up. Get it up. Get it up for mommy. No, I'm playing. I'm not mommy. Oof. But I'm Bobby. But that is the show, guys, and we will bid you adieu and peace out.
Peace.
I thought you were gonna do the Kenny Omega there.
Good
Yeah,
night and adieu. What does he say? I wish you adieu.
No, he
and
says
adieu.
I bid you. He says I bid you to. Good. Wait. He does the bang somewhere.
Whatever. I bid you adieu. Peace out.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. God damn it. He does the
Okay.
bang somewhere. Oh, he says I bid you adieu and good night. Bang. There you go.
I bid you adieu and good night. Bang.
He did like a